And good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to a Hump Day podcast. Hashtag Happy Hump Day. You're in the chat. We got a comment in the chat. What's up, Jose? Man, what's going on, bro? How's it going, dude? Yeah. What up, Tito? Yeah. Hey, what up, man? How's it going? And we got my mod in here, Kathy. Hey, how's it going, my dear? Good morning. Um, we got Red Rum in the building. Yeah, we kicking things off. I decided to set a schedule. Maybe that would kind of help. Besides notifications, dependent when I go live. Decided to do some notifications here. So yeah, we are 1 week away from the Pixel 5 launch event, but we're gonna cover some current event and the tech news of what's going on first before we get into the Pixel 5 because there's a lot of Pixel 5 news. There's a lot of specifications leaked. There's a lot of things about that. So we're gonna basically cover that towards the end of everything. But anyways, good morning to everybody. How you guys doing? Good morning. Hopefully everything's doing good. You guys got your favorite beverage. I got mine. If you have addictions that are not insanely crazy, like I vape. Some people may, smoke a cigarette. Some people may smoke cigars. But hey, we're all adults here, right? So yeah. I said hi to Tito twice. Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys coming in. Also, if you guys can do me a huge favor, go ahead and smash that like button as you're entering in. Help circulate the stream, and also just helps me lets me know if you guys enjoy the things that I do here. So if you guys do want to follow me for the event, I'm going to say it again. I am going to live stream my reaction live to the Made by Google event coming September 30th, a week from now. So you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's right there. And I'm going to be doing it on Periscope and Twitch and Facebook. So if you're on any one of those, you guys can follow me over there. I'll leave that up here for a second. So yeah. it's a crazy day. Hashtag hump day. Yeah. It's the middle of the week. So 2 more days left to the weekend. 7 days total until the Made by Google event, which I'm actually really excited for. I really am. More people talk about the Nest Home smart speaker, of course, Chromecast, Google TV. That's going to be pretty interesting to talk a little bit more about those. Just some thoughts and opinions about it after yesterday's podcast, basically talking about them. But yeah, so let's just kind of dig into current events. For the morning, I was gonna say for the evening, but because I have the lights dimmed down a little bit, I'm feeling much better. And I'll tell you guys, like yesterday, I went without my medications for like a day and a half, so I was feeling really bad yesterday. Like I was in like a super amount of pain. Trying to do a podcast yesterday was just really hard, but I'm gonna keep them minimum to roughly about a little bit of about an hour or so. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, we're gonna go with the first piece of news here. Let me go ahead and screen share this. I love to screen share, kind of just share some things going on. And this is kind of a bummer, but here we go. First piece of news here is that let me big screen this for everybody. And we are covering that Mobile World Congress, aka MWC, in Barcelona gets postponed until June 2021. This is absolutely sad, as I know that there are several people who probably it's like a regular for them to go to this event. It's understandable why they're postponing things. So it says normally this would be the time of year when exhibitors and conference attendees would be making their plans for MWC, which has historically taken place in Barcelona at the end of February each year. But analysis had speculated that there's a little likelihood the conference could happen in February or March 2021, since the case of what they're talking about has been on the upswing in recently. Not to mention that many borders are closed from various countries. So, according to Mobile World Live, the publication association with SMA, 78 of the 100 largest MWC exhibitors, including Ericsson, Huawei, and Nokia, have already confirmed participation at MWC 2021 Barcelona. Ericsson was the big vendor to drop out of MWC in 2020, which ultimately was canceled on February 12th. MWC Los Angeles was also canceled for 2020. So MWC Los Angeles is scheduled as a live event from October 6th to October 28th, 21, and everyone's crossing their fingers that thing will be just a bad memory by then. This coming out of Fierce Wireless, one of the best sources, and it has the SMT approval. Um, so again, hearing this is absolutely sad. Hearing this is pretty tough. Please don't mind my daughter. They're doing their online classes, so you'll be hearing them here and there. But um, yeah, hang on. Let me stop her though, because she is being a little bit louder. She doesn't know how high her volume can get. But you know what? This is a good and a bad. I mean, yeah, it's a bad because we're not getting Mobile World Congress when we normally get it. Those who actually attend the event, who normally give us the deets as to what's happening, what's new going with Mobile World Congress, what people are showing there. Those are some of the things that that people look forward to in the beginning of every year, right? So we have CES in Las Vegas, and people tend to go to those shows. What's up, Gene? Gene, did you get married last night? That's an inside joke between me and Gene. Now, Gene's cool as hell. He let me roast him on one of his live streams, and he took it like a champ. So he always will have my respect. Um, but it's a very sad case. It is. However, it's not so depressing. They haven't completely canceled MWC. It's just going to fall mid 2021. So basically, I'm having a feeling that June of 2021 is going to be a huge bang, bigger than a Big Bang Theory when it comes to the tech industry, because I'm assuming that a lot of other events are going to follow in suit. So I'm assuming that MWC 2021 in June. I'm assuming CES also in June of 2021. So yeah, hopefully by then this craziness we can actually put it behind us then. And a very very shout out and good morning to my wife, my beautiful wife. No, not you. Sorry. That was man. Everyone's gonna roast me for that one. To my beautiful wife. Good morning, babe. I hope everything at work is going great on Hump Day. Hashtag Hump Day. And yeah, and I'm waiting for you to come home. So I love you very much, Jose. Yeah, Jose, you're not my wife. Gene, see, Gene, you have to believe in the universe, man, because I've always teased you about you getting married to Gene's my boo, who happens to be Gene's troll. And I ended up saying my lovely wife and clicked on Jose's comment and that popped up. So see, you don't life will get me back, bro. That's how it goes. That's right. Tito, you are not ready. Yes, I am not. Um, but anyhow, so I'm thinking June 2021 is going to be, I'm assuming, like I said, MWC 2021. I'm definitely assuming that. I am assuming gonna have CES in June 2021. Leighton Kim, brother, what's up, bro? What's going on, dude? Welcome to watching the podcast, bro. I appreciate you coming in on the Facebook side, man. Hashtag Hump Day, man. You're on the Facebook side. But also, besides CES and MWC, I'm also thinking Google I/O is going to is definitely going to be in June of 2021. So that means a lot of tech shows in the month of June. I am totally for that. I think they should do it that way because we'll get MWC, we'll get CES, we'll get Google I/O, and it is my anniversary on June 20th, and it is my older sister's birthday on June 20th. So that would be like a fantastic month for me. Look at me being greedy and hogging it all up. Yes, you are not ready. You're right, Gene. I am not ready, but you are literally married tonight. And Jose with a $20 super chat, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Pixel 5, yeah. Pixel 5, man. I am super stoked for that. We're going to be getting into that here in a little bit, man. Save the best for last before I open the sucker up wide, all the way wide. Wider than anything you've ever seen, when you could throw a hot dog down the hallway. You guys get the reference. Keeping it PG. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I can understand because this world's in a heightened state, right? borders are closed, exactly what it says. Borders are closed where, tourists can't, cross through borders to get into Spain, right? So if you flew to France, you took a train from France, and then, the borders is closed from getting into Spain. Whichever direction you went in from, you can go to Italy and try to get in from that way. And, it's literally closed off. So it makes sense that they would not have the event that they normally do, which is in February. Plus, you know, it gives us some time to see where things now could Mobile World Congress be fully canceled for 2021? Yes, it can. It can absolutely be fully canceled again, and just have to resort to going online, having to do an online event like they've been doing for Samsung, had they been doing for well, Google really didn't have an event in August. They just had a 30-second ad for the Pixel 4a. But you guys get the gist of it. Even with Apple's, unveiling of the iPad and iPad OS 14, and then also the Apple Watch Series 6, the Apple Watch SE, they could end up doing an online event like that. I think that Google I/O should have done that. So I kind of hold Google I/O, like as like bad kid. I hold Google for that because they could have still. I mean, yeah, maybe they didn't. They felt like it was going to be too short of a time to try and get an event like that going. I can understand that. I still think they should have did like Google I/O in like June or July. You know what? I mean, because usually it's held in May. They could have like redone everything else. They could have. Gene with the $5 super chat. Gene, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, bro. Of course. Unless this is my fee to like host your wedding and like marry you, because obviously go online, you can become an ordained minister in just only 10 minutes taking an online course. I did that in Job Corps. I'll tell you guys a story about that, how that happened. My wife still doesn't believe me till today. My wife is just like, she thinks that I'm FOS. I'm like, no, I'm not. I did do it. I was bored in Job Corps. I did it, but I'll tell you guys a story about that at the end when we open this thing up. But anyways, yeah. So that's pretty much it for Mobile World Congress. Just give me 1 second here. Anyways, yeah, my daughter had a question. So, all right, let's move it on to the next thing here. I do apologize for that. Uh, and so a bit of good news, for those in India who have iPhones and such, because, yeah, they finally launched, they launched an online store in India. So that's a bit of good news. So let me just go ahead and open this sucker up wide. Bam! Boom shakalaka, we got it going on. Apple launched an online store in India, says CNN Business. It's been 20 years since Apple's entered India. Now the company is finally starting to sell directly to customers in India. Apple launched its online store in the country Wednesday, marking a critical milestone in its plans for one of the world's biggest economies. The iPhone maker also wants to open its first physical store next year. For years, Apple and other foreign retailers were restricted from setting up shop in India unless they sourced at least 30% of raw material locally, forcing the California giant to rely on third-party resellers. That changed when the Indian government relaxed investment rules. Yeah, so that actually be something pretty cool for those in India. No, I'm not. I'll tell the story. Okay. You don't think I am, but I can marry people. So, this marks great news for Apple. It really does. And for those in India who happen to be fans of Apple products, one of my members who sadly I don't see him in the chat. Maybe he'll come in a little bit later, and when he does, I'll let him know the news. But he probably already knows about it. But Mayank is one of my members and is located in India. And this has got to be great news because online shopping from Apple, directly from Apple, no longer third party. That's something that's going to be pretty cool. That needs to happen for those people in India who are fans of Apple products. While I am a huge fan of Android and rock Android and Pixels, I'll say this much, even though that, it doesn't mean that I can't go and be like, well, you know what? Those that everyone in India should just rock Androids. Because no, there's people that like MacBooks, they like iPads, they like the iPhone. They may want AirPods, they may want was it what do they call it, the HomePod, the rival to the Google Home. They may want that. And buying from third party means increase in amount of what they're going to have to pay, because the third party's got to make profit off of it too, right? So they could end up paying, like, say, like an like an iPhone SE is what, like $400. So through a third party seller in India, and I'm doing this in US dollars, I'm not converting it to rupees, but let's say, like, it's $400 for the iPhone SE, and a person in India has to buy from third party. So, shipping is obviously going to be like a high amount. Let's say like shipping was like, $15 to $20, but then you know what, there's going to be an additional like $10 on top of that, because the third party seller has to make money. Otherwise, why are they going to be, technically drop shipping for Apple and for customers in India? So having a direct way for people in India to buy from Apple, that's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm sure that a lot of them are going to be excited, because those that wanted to get the new MacBooks are going to be able to do it directly now through Apple. If they're, waiting and waiting and saving up so they can buy the new iPhone 12, is expected to launch October 13th or 14th. They'll be able to do that from there. If they wanted to get another iPhone that's currently on sale right now, they can get the iPhone 10R, they can get the iPhone 11, the 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, they can get the SE. They can get those directly through Apple. Even the latest new ad, was it the iPad Air 4? They can get it directly through them. So this is great news for those people living in India, and it's about time. And also, now, for those who didn't know, now you understand why that they weren't able to do it before. There are specific criteria that need to be met in certain countries for our companies like Apple or Google to be able to be licensed to sell, or to be able to set up shop online. So that's great news. And then having a physical stores in India, because I'm sure they're not going to put one Apple store in India. That would be absurd for them to be like, okay, in this subcontinent country, we're going to open only one Apple store. Do you know how pissed they're going to have to be if you need to get your phone serviced and you just like go there? You have to like travel by train across like, various different, I'm not going to call them counties, but prefectures or things like that. We got Jose Jean. Yeah, let's catch up with the chat. Yeah, she is laughing at me. She says I'm full of it. She does not believe that I am a ordained minister, and I did an online course when I was in Job Corps. New in the building. What's up? No, you. Let's go. Yeah. Baby Yoda in here. Yo, what up, Tito and everybody else? What's up, man? Another person in the mod squad. Got that wrench. Really appreciate you coming in. Baby Yoda is here. All right, I'm caught up on comments. So, what are you guys' thoughts? What do you guys think of Apple being able to now sell directly online? And what also, how do you guys feel about them actually opening up physical stores on the subcontinent? And Mayank, if you do happen to pop in, reflip back to this question a little bit later, as I briefly you up. I will take a moment to briefly catch you up if you come in. If you catch it on the replay, bro, thanks so much if you do. Hashtag replay crew, then also thoughts afterwards. Because this will actually take a day to come up. I really should do these and schedule them for like how many days left. So like if I was to go and basically say like there's 7 days left to pick 5 launch, really I should put 6 days instead of 7 on this podcast, because for some reason with YouTube, these shorter podcasts that are about an hour long don't finish processing until like a day later. So yeah, podcast just finished rendering and processing on YouTube today, so it's kind of crazy. Tito, not if it's just me, but your stream cuts in and out here. Oh my god, is it cutting out for everybody else? Please let me know if my stream is cutting in and out. Is it doing the same thing it did before? Was like stop, go, or is it just like freezing and unfreezing? So I think it's great. And yes, more than one store will be beneficial. Yeah, I agree. Let me take a small break to make sure that the stream is going fine. Not really. It's slightly cutting in and out. It's working for me. Okay. I just want to make sure because like I don't want it to like freeze up because I've looked at my past streams and sometimes it like cuts completely and like there's like a good chunk like a minute completely missing. N- nope, nope, it's God. I know you mean it's good. I know, man. I know, baby. Babe, I know. I love you so much, but I know. I love when she typos because then I get to like kind of mess with her a little bit. Well, for me it is. Okay. I don't know, Baby Yoda. Let me know. Oh, it's good now? Okay. So the question that I was asking, Baby Yoda, I think I had like a lot of stuff obstructing probably my connection to the Wi-Fi. I mean, I am in my office. It is quite a ways from the router. Maybe I should get some sort of. Maybe I should buy the Google Wi-Fi thing at the back of my router and then plug one here. Maybe that will help amplify the connection and make it so much better. But maybe I'll invest in that in a couple of months. Um, it sounds like your voice fades a bit, but actually, no video chopping. Huh. Let me see. Let me try something here. One sec. I'm gonna mute the mic. See if I can. Okay, how about now? Does this sound a little bit better, or does it sound like it's okay? Let me know if the sound's actually fixed and if it's sounds like I'm fading or if I'm not fading. But anyways, the question that I did ask Baby Yoda, I don't know if you heard that question, was that do you think this is finally a good move for Apple being able to now sell directly online, and then you're opening up physical Apple stores next year? It sounds better. Okay. Yeah, I had my microphone plugged in into my Chromebook, and I had it plugged into a Type C adapter and plugged it into to the Type C port, just hoping that it would probably be like a better connection. But I guess directly straight into the USB port probably is better. So that is the question at hand before we move on to the next topic. I want to make sure everyone kind of like give some input on it, and that is again question that I'm asking is that is this a good move for Apple? Um, Having online store direct purchases now and also being able to open physical Apple stores in India. That is one. And I guess I'll throw another question in there. And that question is, does this does this absolutely hurt Google? That's the next question that I want to ask before we move on into the next subject here, the next topic before we get on into the final topic. Uh, let's see here, Baby Yoda. I agree with with what Kathy said. Having more than one store is beneficial. Yes, yes, it is. Do y'all think that this is going to hurt Google? That's another thing. Because I believe Google's already in their market for online sales, if I'm not mistaken. I remember, I think I read an article, I think like a year ago, something like that, talked about that Google actually is within India, and then on top of that, Um, a lot of people felt that that happened because the CEO Sundar Pichai. Everyone likes to go and pull the race card, man. It's kind of crazy that people go that route. But I mean, you know what? Like, hey, it could be. You know what? It's a possibility. Why is my hair so weird? It keeps going all over the place. So I keep a hoodie on because right now, if I had my hair out, just be all over the place. Yeah, but does this hurt Google? Okay, babe, I'm gonna get ready for the cafe soon. Oh, okay. All right, love. Well, you can always catch the replay. Um, but I do appreciate you. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for being a member. I really appreciate that. Um, so yeah, let's see. Kathy says no. I don't think it will hurt Google. Right on, right on. While everyone else gives those response, let's see. Red rum. I don't think it will hurt Google either. Okay. Where I live, we only have one Apple store for our entire state. No, really? What state do you live in? I want to Google this now. I really do. I really want to Google this now. Because that's crazy. One Apple store for your entire state. That's insane, man. Delaware? So, what do you think of Wayne's World and that green screen thing they did when it finally came to Delaware? Let's find out. Okay, let's see. This is insane. One store for the entire state. Okay. We're in the A's, the C's. No, there's only one. I'm gonna screen share this. Man, oh man, was Gene not kidding? He was not kidding. No, babe, why do you gotta share this? No, don't share this. Don't share this story. I don't, and I trimmed the beard, so it's not wild and scraggly anymore. I mean, I like looking like a pirate. I wish I could be a pirate, but I'll tell you guys in the open discussion when we get to that. Whenever we get to that, but I don't have 3 counties, but still, I mean, it's crazy. There's only one. He ain't lying. If anyone's gonna be like, Gene, you're lying, bro. You're lying, bro. No, he's not lying. There is only one in Delaware. Why? I mean, yes, I get it. You know, it's a small state, but come on, Delaware, everybody, Delaware, super huge for everyone to see. Delaware only has one in Christiana Mall. Man, oh man. Oh, you brought it up earlier? I'm sorry if I missed your comment if you brought it up earlier. Wow. Coffee! Hi! How's everything in Serbia, bro? Tito, you have to keep in mind Delaware is a pretty small state. Yeah, I know it's a pretty small state, but I mean, come on, man. It's a pretty small state, but they can still they could have opened two. Okay, like in my opinion, they could have opened two. At least have two. Like have one on one border, one on the other border. You know what I mean? Or one in the middle, and then like one in the most popular area of entry into Delaware. That would have been cool. Or like a hell, they could have like had kiosks. And could you imagine an Apple kiosk? That would be pretty amazing. Y'all have 60. Red Rum has 67 where they're at. Oh my gosh, why does every broadcaster I watch has to be on at the same time? Oh no, I'm on your favorite. Well, I appreciate you coming in here. I really do, because I don't think I'm like a super entertaining podcaster, but I love to podcast. By the way, the audio version will be up. So I guess the way it's going to go now is like I do these live podcasts, and when I'm done, I upload the audio version to Anchor, which disperses to all various different audio podcast sources, and it'll be up a day before that the actual replay video will be up. So that's actually kind of cool. So I guess that's why I tell people like just come in when I'm live, because you don't want to miss this. Yes, that's why it's always crowded. Always crowded makes it dangerous. Has anyone during this year of 2020 at that Apple store, has anyone tried to do a smash and grab? My comp is good. It can carry lots of streams at the same time. Oh, so you're like Batman right now, like with like a bunch of like open windows of various different streamers that you watch, and you're just watching all of us. That's crazy, man. If you're on a computer, just have both streams open. Yeah, he's got multiple. Sometimes I smell smoke though. Oh, Bruce Wayne, you might wanna you might wanna have Fox check that out for you. Even the owl who has 3 Apple stores. Laura up, man. Take coming in, bro. Thank you for being. We got Tana So in the building. Salute. Shout out Tana. If you guys ain't following him, please follow him. And if you guys want them beats, he's the man that you need to get hooked up with. Definitely. Tana, drop your link for your site so everyone can grab beats if they need them. Oh, we got a big comment here. Hi, Tito. I just saw Dave Lee's video today, and he has a full-size metal blanks of the Pixel 5 and the 4A5G. Looked like the latter only had one camera module. Oh yeah, well, I mean, like you're talking about the camera module as far as hold on, let me stop screen sharing here and just go back to full screen. We're talking about camera module like this, right here, that because it will house two sensors. That much we know for sure. It's going to house two sensors. There will be an ultra wide sensor on it this time, and then of course the normal 12.2 megapixel. The sensors are the Sony IMX363, so they're using the same camera sensors that's in the Pixel 3, and it's in the Pixel 4, and then the Pixel 4a it will be the same in the Pixel 5. So yeah, that's my only bone to pick with Pixels. Is just like they're using the same camera sensors like everybody else, like Huawei and Xiaomi and all them. They're going with the newer sensors, and Google still, I don't know what it is. Why Google's trying to prove this point? Like, why is Google trying to prove this point? We're gonna get into this. The last thing that I did want to share a little bit of, let me kind of get into this so we can just jump straight into the Pixel 5 stuff. So hang on there. Really appreciate you for coming in, Malcontent. Just bear with me, okay? Let me get back up here. Wow, comments just flooded in. But anyways, yeah. So if you want them beats, chosenbeats.club for Tana, and yeah, he's got them beats. If you guys watch Carlos S. Tech's live streams and stuff like that, and the beats that you hear that he loves to play and listen to while he's doing his live streams, those are from Tana So Lit. So there, please check out his site. Definitely. Last thing I'm going to kind of cover here. We're going to be talking about this just real briefly. It's not like absolute like giant news, and then we'll go into the Pixel 5 discussions, and everyone can just throw weight all around the place. So we're talking about the Galaxy S20 Fan Edition, and why does Samsung feel like they need to have a fan edition of this already? Like, why? This does not make sense to me. Like, I am a nerd, and this does not compute. The reason for a Galaxy S20 Fan Edition, I mean, yes, it's the affordable flagship phone from Samsung, but I feel like this phone should have came out with the Galaxy S20s, right? They would have had multiple. I mean, look at the array of colors that they have. They have a mint green version. They have, this nice deep blue version. They have a pink version for the ladies out there who love pink. There's a red. This looks like orange peach to me, and then a white version. So these, I guess, are supposed to be the colors of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition, and I'm still wondering why. Like, not going over specifications, not going over any of that stuff. I just want to know why. Why is this coming? Like, why didn't this come earlier? And they could have named it something different than Fan Edition. I mean, companies are starting to dabble in the mid-range section of the mobile tech industry. They're all trying to dabble into it, right? I will give that recognition to Google, hence the Pixel 3a, and all these companies just kind of doing that because they now understand you can't just focus on one group. You can't focus on those that got money to burn. You also have to focus on those that are always searching for the mid-range. So companies like Motorola, LG, Xiaomi, Huawei, Honor, they have dabbled in the mid-range, right? You have the Honor 8, and they had the Honor 8X. So like if it was like the Honor 8X, that was like, the mid-range bring up of the Honor 8. So yeah, they've all done that. And it's like, it's funny that Samsung now recognizes that this is a place that they need to be in. Apple talking to, doing like, hey, let's refresh the other design language we had for our iPhones and just bring out an iPhone SE 2020 edition and have it look like, the iPhone 8. Those are some of the things that, that I look at and I'm just like, okay, this is crazy. Um, so many names in my mind. Boom. Yeah, we got that. Yes, like that. But on the 485G, check out what Dave has holding in his hand. Okay, I'll definitely check it out. It is his video, so obviously it's copyrighted material. I'm not going to bring it up on the show, but I'll check it out later. I do thank you, Malcontent, for actually bringing that up, because specifications for the 485G actually stated two sensors as the same as the Pixel 5. So, but anyways, we'll go more into that here in a little bit. Um, but yeah, why this is crazy. This is crazy that they even go that route. Um, Kathy says my Velvet got the September 1st security patch today. Was nice to wake up to. And a September 1st Google Play System update a few weeks ago. Nice, solid. It's great to know that. And so I appreciate you sharing that. For those people who did buy the LG Velvet or is thinking of getting the LG Velvet, then you guys know that it did get a security patch update for it. So LG did kind of like put that out there. That's great on LG to do that. And Kathy, your Velvet is the AT&T version. So if you guys are wondering what about the AT&T version, she has the AT&T version. So that is actually pretty dope. And Red Rub says nice. I just don't know. I just don't know about Samsung already. And well, I guess I can play devil's advocate here and just look at it from the flip side and just say, okay, well, you know what? They were late to the game, so that's why they brought it out. That's why it's the fan edition. But still, they could have called it something else. It's just the naming, fan edition. This would be something that I would say should come out next year or 2 years from now to kind of revive sales on the Galaxy S20 and even reuse some of the older hardware pieces that was used to build the Galaxy S20. So that way there's no technology waste. They could revive the Galaxy S20 by making an S20 fan edition 2 or 3 years from the release date of the original Galaxy S20. And then this would make sense. But doing it now, just it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Um, yeah, while that's there, let's see. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the Pixel 5, the Pixel 4a 5G, and it's pretty much open discussion at this point right now. Let's see. Gene says, I'm no longer with Google Fi. I still have my Moto G Power now with AT&T prepaid. Do you know when Google will send the Android 11 update to this phone? That basically will actually go through Motorola. Unless it's a Android 1, if it's part of the Android 1 editions, then that goes through Google. And that should get the same updates the same time that Pixels get their updates, or at least a few days after or a week after at latest. But if it's just directly through Motorola, so even though it's sold through Google Fi, if it's directly through Motorola and it's not stamped with the Android 1 tramp stamp, then it's at the mercy of Motorola, and that could take weeks or months before it gets the Android 11 update. It could get it, if I was to guesstimate it, it could get it in the beginning of January until like March of 2021. That's where I would say it. Or does it depend on AT&T or Motorola? It depends on Motorola. It depends on them when they're going to put that out, because all the phones that Google Fi sells is unlocked devices. They're unlocked. So like all the Pixels that they have, they're unlocked, which is why I tell people, if you went to the Google store to buy a Pixel 4a and they ran out of the unlocked model, then just go through Google Fi and get it through Google Fi, because it is unlocked. They don't lock it to Google Fi. It's unlocked. It'll work on AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. It'll work on those major players, and soon to come Dish, because Dish is dependent on T-Mobile network for a few years until they actually build out their network. So yeah, it depends on Motorola. I would say guesstimation probably man, okay, so actually that's a good thing you mentioned that up, because now I can bring this up. I just thought about it right now. My daughter has the Moto G7, right? She has the Moto G7 from Google Fi. I got it from Google Fi last year. And it was last month, August, that it got Android 11 update for it. Like her phone is up to date on Android 11 now. So I would say like, probably not last month. No, it wasn't Android 11. It was Android 10, because it was on 9 Pi. She got the Android 10 update. So she got moved up to Android 10 last month, not 11. So that kind of gives you a time wise. It could be next year that you get Android 11 on the Moto G Power. So the thing that Malcontent said, he's talking about the 485G. So let me see if I can pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna lower the volume so it doesn't go up in here. I want to see this. I want to see because it was said the 485G has two camera sensors. So let's go, Dave. Why did it backpedal? Okay, so he knows something about the Pixel 5. All right, Malcontent, if you're still here, as a former Nexus 4 and 5 owner, I'm excited about the new Pixel direction. Yes, I am too. I like this direction that they're going, and I think this is the direction they need to go. Just to make sure I have the right video, Malcontent, is it the video that he said that is titled "I noticed something about the Pixel 5"? But I have it on mute right now so I can watch this. Oh man, I put my phone stand somewhere. Bummer. I'm trying to widescreen it. Okay, so yeah, I see that. Okay, yeah, has to be this one. And yeah, we'll see here. All right. Dad duties. If you guys haven't learned by now, I have dad duties, but mostly everyone does. Okay, I'm seeing what he's doing here. So he's comparing the 5 to the Pixel 4, and you can see it has a cutout for 2 sensors and then for the flash. So I see that on that one. I'm waiting for him to pick up the other one and kind of zoom in on that. Interesting video. Okay, so he's still talking about that here. I don't want to fast forward and skip, but yeah. I'm hoping that whoever sent them these molds of the 485G and the 5, I hope that they made an error. If there's only one sensor on the 485G, that's kind of crazy because leak specifications talks about it actually having 2 sensors, and that being and that's the reason why they did it that way, and why the Pixel 485G even exists is because it acts as the XL for both the 4A and for the 5. All right, so he has the bigger one in hand. I'm seeing this. Okay. Yep. And boom. And oh my God, I see what you're talking about. There's only one sensor on the top and the flash is underneath it. That is interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely tell you guys to check this video out if you guys want to see this. And the timestamp for it is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'll put it in the comments later, and you guys can click on it and see it, or you guys can just go to Dave Lee's channel. Just Google search Dave Lee and check out his video that says I noticed something about the Pixel 5. But yeah, now I know what you're talking about, and hopefully that is not true. Hopefully they made a critical error in developing these mold mockups. And see, that is the hard thing about the tech industry today is anything being under wraps, right? So Dave Lee got a hold of these molds, right? And they specifically, obviously, they use these things to build cases for the devices. That's why. See, 2 minutes 20 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at it and I was already at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So I figured like 2:30. Okay, but 2 minutes and 20 seconds is when the start and shows. You look at the camera module on the back, and it has the square camera module like the Pixel 4a and the Pixel 4. However, where the flash is on mine, that's where the camera sensor is, and the flash is where the flash is down here. So it's like flipped, it's reversed, but there's only one cutout hole, which to me, I don't know why they did that. It could have been an error. Could have been an error in case of the fact is that they just used the same mock-up for the Pixel 4a. But that wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense at all to me that they would do that. So I don't know. I don't know. This is some of the things that we're gonna get answers in a week from today. A week from today, we are definitely getting answers to that, because that's something that I definitely feel that that, oh man, that's gonna be so bad. That's gonna be so bad if it's only one. If it's only one, why? Because that was the whole point. I mean, oh my gosh. Because like, I know people wanted a 5XL model. People wanted a Pixel 4a XL, and they're supposed to be getting that in a unified version in the Pixel 4a 5G. Specifications very similar to the Pixel 5, yet corners cut very similar into the way that the Pixel 4a is. A 5G capable version. Why one? Just why one? At a $499 price tag, I would have been okay with it having the same exact camera setup as the Pixel 5. But if they cut it down to just one sensor in the Pixel 4a 5G, now I'm a bit concerned. Because to me, then this should be just a $100 price hike from the Pixel 4a. Well, I guess I can see where they're going with this. They're probably doing a $150 price hike because it's 5G capable. That's all I can think of on that. But when it comes to the cameras, Pixel is going to lose its crown. It's going to lose its crown. There's no way of saying it. I'm a Pixel fanboy, but I'm gonna say it like it is. It's going to lose its crown. It keeps relying on this 12.2 megapixel camera sensor from Sony, which is the Sony IMX363. It keeps relying on that camera sensor and relying on AI to correct all the imperfections of like when you take a photo with it. There's the AI is wonderful. Okay, the dedicated processing chip for photography on the Pixel devices is wonderful to have. Now, just imagine if they went with a much more newer camera sensor along with AI. I'm not asking them to do like a drastic beef up. I'm not saying so. I'm just feeling like that they need to just they need to get with the times. They need to go with the newer camera sensor. If not, they're going to fall way, 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 way behind. They're already starting to. People are now starting to compare. Like if you look at like the earlier days of Pixel, right, and then people would do like still photography shots versus other phones, right? When it came to Samsung, people noticed that Samsung's photos were a bit oversaturated. When it came with the iPhone, people were looking at the Pixels and saying that the Pixels were taking better still photography. There was no question of it. Hands down, Pixel was king of still photography. But now in 2021 and towards the end of 2019, it's really hard to push that narrative because other OEMs are going with newer, more better, more capable camera sensors that are helping their devices to equally, if not surpass, Pixel devices when Pixels takes still photography. And so there lies the problem with Google. And it sucks because I'm not part of the Pixel super fan team or whatever they have, and I'm not part of Team Pixel where I have to hashtag gift by Google every time I do an unboxing of a Pixel phone, because every Pixel phone is bought straight out of cash. It is bought out of pocket. My wife, puts money aside to make sure that we have money aside just for this, or also emergencies. I don't go out and just buy every Pixel phone like right away when it comes out. I wait until like I find it at a good deal, like the Pixel 4. I wanted it really, really, really bad. Like when it came out, I wanted to have it. I wanted to use it, but I held off on it. I held off until someone sold this Pixel 4 for $380. What does the Pixel 4 go today? If you go to like Google Fi and look at a Pixel 4, it still goes for about $800. Seriously, but if true, it makes the Pixel 5 more interesting. It does. But even if the Pixel 4a 5G had the same sensors that the Pixel 5 have, in my opinion, it still wouldn't take away from the Pixel 5. It just wouldn't, because the Pixel 4a has no IP rating, right? The Pixel 5 we already know has an IP rating, so it is water and dust resistant. We know that. We know that it has NFC. We know that it has reverse wireless charging, so you can charge your Pixel Buds on the back of that thing. We know it has that. So there are things about the Pixel 5 that make the Pixel 5, to the point where it seems that, if you were deciding between the 4A 5G and the 5, um, there were separations between it. It wouldn't be so close together, is what I'm saying. Give me 1 second. Let me see what my daughter needed real quick. Yo, Alex, what's up, man? What's going on, man? So that, I mean, to me, that's, yeah, there would be no reason for them. I feel like there would be no reason for them to take away the second camera sensor on the Pixel 4a 5G. But this absolutely sucks. If these mock-ups that they use to build cases for these upcoming devices, if that is true, the Pixel 4a would only launch with one camera sensor, one main camera sensor in the back, and that to me is going to be a total bummer. But it's still not going to be a deal breaker. It wouldn't be something where I would tell somebody, stray away from this, don't get it. Because, I mean, yes, while it's only one camera sensor, we've seen what Google can do with just one camera sensor when the competition was adding in 3 or 4 sensors into the devices. The Pixel 3 had its problems with, like, some of the software optimization was a little bit buggy. Some of the hardware on it was, atrocious to an extent. I mean, right now, people with Pixel 3s are facing the dread battery swell if you constantly depend on wireless charging to wirelessly charge your device, which is why I say if you have wireless charging, don't solely depend on that to charge your device. Every now and then, plug it into a physical cable and let it charge that way. But the one thing I will say is while the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3a all had a single camera sensor on the back and took amazing photos that beat other hardware out there that had 2 sensors, 3 sensors, even 4 sensors in the back, that's where I really wouldn't lose faith in the Pixel 4a 5G just having one camera sensor. So it won't have the ultra wide, okay, but the Pixel 5 will have the ultra wide. And if ultra wide is absolutely necessary, then the Pixel 5 is going to be the option for you. My thing is, and what I'm worried about is the $699 price tag that is being thrown around more than any other speculated pricing that we've been hearing. Like, I've wanted it to be, honestly, I wanted it to be $550. What's this? Are you ready or not ready? Stuff going around. LOL. What entirely do you mean? Elaborate on that. Let's see. Oh, if you're talking about that, Red Rum, that's an inside joke thing. Like they always say that. It's like, you are not ready or you are ready. It's an inside joke, bro. So yeah. But anyways, that is my only thing. That is my only concern with the Pixel 5 is its pricing. That's a major thing. I mean, the Sony IMX363 is a great sensor, and yeah, I'm sure it's going to produce pretty good photos. I just won't call it king of still photography. I won't call it that after I use it. I know how this stuff works, so I'm not going to put it down. I'm not going to take the iron pen and ink it to paper because I could end up looking like a butthead if the Pixel 5 comes out and it's like fantastic in still photography as it should be and blows every other competition out of the water. And I'm going to feel pretty stupid. So I need to have the phone in hand. So Google, when is it my turn? When are you going to pull my card and bring me into Team Pixel? Because I am the unofficial Team Pixel member. I am. I totally am. And, I'm just like, what's up with it? Come on. I'm waiting my turn. Right now, and I told the troll this the other day, I am literally checking my emails because I don't want to miss the email if they ask me and invite me in. I don't want to miss that. So I've been checking my emails frantically. Red Rum with the okay emoji. Are you ready? But I heard it's supposed to have 2 cameras, and the other one's supposed to be a wide angle camera because they're not going to rely on telephoto camera no more. Yeah, well, so that's the Pixel 5. But Dave Lee, another YouTuber, which Malcontent shared this information with me on the chat. So I will say to anybody later on, check out Dave Lee's channel. He has a video, his most recent video. He has two aluminum mock-ups, right? So they're made out of metal or aluminum. And they are mock-up designs of what the Pixel 5 and Pixel 4a 5G are going to look like. And the reason why he got these is because there are case companies that build cases, for these devices. They get a mock-up mold of what the phone is going to be look like, so they can build cases and have cases on hand to sell once the phone launches. See, this is one of the things that a lot of techies kind of look at when you see that there are cases available for a specific phone that has not come out yet. It means that it's about to launch really, really, really soon. Because why else would they mass produce these cases? They want to have cases available on hand. People order these phones, they can order a case, they can get that business. So Dave Lee got a hold of these two mock-ups, right? One is the Pixel 5. We know it's the Pixel 5, it's the smallest one. And when he turned around to the back, you see on the camera module area, just like the Pixel 4, it has the two camera cutouts, the flash at the bottom. It has that, right? On the Pixel 4a 5G, it doesn't. It doesn't have that. Better yet, let me just let me go to YouTube. I'll pull it up. Oh, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to get tagged. Just go to Dave Lee's channel and see his video. Go to timestamp is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Go to that point, and then you will see exactly what we're talking about. Hi, babe. Welcome back. Hopefully it was all good at the cafe when you gave him a break. But yeah, so but at the 2 minute and 20 second timestamp on Dave Lee's video, he turns the aluminum mold of the Pixel 4a 5G, and where it shows the square module for where it houses the camera sensors, there's only one hole cut out at the top, and then the bottom one is the flash. So it's not side by side where it would indicate a main camera sensor for the Pixel 4a 5G and then a ultra wide. So it looks like the ultra wide camera is going to be on the Pixel 5 only. If this is true, the mold that they got, it could have been a mistake, or maybe Google could have just thrown that like that because they did it. There's so many variables in this tech world. There's so many variables to this, and this is the reason why. And so I feel like that's exactly possibly what had happened. That's the thing. Maybe, who knows? Fingers crossed it has two sensors for those people who opt the 4a 5G, because honestly, like if I had to buy any of these devices, $699 for the Pixel 5 would be a little while before I get it in hand to show you guys. So it'd be probably like sometime mid next year that I would be able to afford it. If it's $550, great possibility I can end up getting the Pixel 5. Great possibility. Or, I can reactivate my Google Fi account and run my credit and go on a month-to-month payment plan for the Pixel 5, which, could be the other option I can do to get the Pixel 5 for you guys. I mean, that's the only other thing I can think of. The Pixel 5 does apparently have wide angle lens. Yeah, and the 107 degree FOV. Yes. Field of view. Yeah, I hope it does have two sensors. The Pixel. Yeah, the Pixel 5 will have two. It's guaranteed have two. Like, we know that. Now what's in question is the 4a 5G. Will that have the 12.2 main sensor and then an ultra wide? And I think it should. I really think it should have it. But if it doesn't have it, it's not a super deal breaker. And that's what I'm going to say on that. It's not going to be a super deal breaker only because of that factor. Is that it's still at a lower price, $499 for it. It has a huge size battery, not bigger than the Pixel 5, but a huge size battery and whatnot. Shout out to the 20 people that's watching in here, and hopefully you guys remember to smash that like button if you guys did and came in here. I would super duper really appreciate that. Also, for those who do want to support the podcast, link right there, scrolling on the ticker if you guys want to. A one-time monetary donation, I would super really appreciate that. But you guys, it's not something that you guys absolutely have to do, but I would appreciate it. Leave it at that. But anyhow, yeah. So let's see here. I'd like the green one, the mint green Google Pixel 5, because yes, there's supposed to be a mint green one. When are we going to see these? Not entirely sure. Shout out to the homie Phone Jerome. Phone Jerome also doing podcasts daily, such as I, and also has been covering the Pixel 5. I've been showing up on his podcast and commenting there. So one day I hope to have him on here with me. Really cool dude. So, but anyways, yeah, both of us are covering the Pixels, and I think it was on his podcast he mentioned that when he thinks that the additional colors will come, because the Pixel 5 and the Pixel 4a 5G will obviously launch in the just black edition, and I'm hoping that they'll have the white variant for the Pixel 4a 5G and the mint green or the green variant for the Pixel 5 available on hand at launch. But if they don't, I'm suspecting possibly maybe mid-November, early December, which will be fine with me because that'll give me more time to save money if that's the case, and I'll be able to get the Pixel 5. I mean, I know everyone else like Team Pixel will get their devices, but they probably already have the device already and been using it for the entire month. RJ CV Tech, how's it going, bro? Also, he's a member of Team Pixel. I don't know if you can answer this question, but RJ, did you in fact get your Pixel 5 already, or your Pixel 4a 5G? You don't have to tell us or show us because I know you can't. You can't do it till after September 30th. But did you get it for them to have you try it out? Please let me know. That's right, everybody. CV Tech in the building right now. He's in the chat. Obviously, he read my comment on Instagram. I told him on Instagram I was going to be live on a podcast today, and if he'd like to come and join in, that'd be great to have him. And RJ, if you do want to come in, let me know, and I will Twitter DM you a link to join me, because hardly anyone has seen you in a long time, and I'm sure a lot of people would love to see you back on here again on live stream. So if you'd like to join me, let me know in the comments. I will bring you in, buddy, because it's been a long time, and I know a lot of people miss you. Yeah. No, you don't want to come in, or you say no to somebody else? Let's see. Did anyone ask? Okay. Oh man. Let's see. Since Google already announced the 4a 5G is being a $499, there's no way the Pixel 5 would be $550. Yeah, there's no way it would, but it's wishful thinking, Malcontent. It's wishful thinking, right? Go in increments of $150. Because I mean, honestly, $699 is just about getting close to it's $700 basically. Let me check my speeds. Hang on a sec. All right, cool, bro. I will send you the link on Twitter when you give me the thumbs up, the go or no go. Thumbs up if you're ready, thumbs down if not, and then we'll know from there. But Malcontent, it's wishful thinking to have it at $150. Price hike from the well, that would be actually $650 then. So $650, I'm okay with. $700 is kind of pushing it. $700 is kind of pushing it. Yeah, Steve Bubble Tech in the building. Steve, what's up, man? SMT Nation, stand up. The man himself has popped in. Great to have you here, man. Great to see you in the chat, bro. Really appreciate it. Even Kathy's throwing it out there. Yeah. She's got it down pat. Hashtag mod squad if you are a mod. Hashtag day one if you are a day oneer. And hashtag hump day if you are feeling the grind of the midweeks. But yeah, so $650 I think would be like max. $700 is kind of pushing it. But I mean, I guess you can say that, oh, man, that would be like a really high valued mid-ranger. So the Pixel 5 better like do everything for me. Besides having a 4,080 milliamp hour battery to really kind of help it push for 5G connectivity, it needs to have millimeter wave support alongside with sub-6. It needs that. And it definitely needs to be able to file my taxes for me. I want it that smart. Hashtag mod squad. Yeah. Have fun, love. Love you. Have fun. Love you lots. I love you too, babe. I'm sorry. I wish you could stay. I try. The bonus of these podcasts is I get to talk to everybody, but I also get to make her day go by faster when it's slow because she just watches me. But I know you have a lot of things to do, my love. So I will see you when you come home. And the pot roast is in the slow cooker, so it's going. It's good to go. Yeah. Hashtag mod squad. Sneed definitely. Sneed got the wrench. Lay the hammer down. He'll hulk up. So, anyways, I don't know. $699. I don't know. So at this point right now, I am inviting guests in, those that do want to come in. So let me know if you'd like to come in. I will pop the link in the chat actually, like Gene does. I never thought of doing it that way. I know other people can click it to try to come in. I can boot them out or just leave them in limbo all day. So I'm not worried about it. But anyone that does want to come in, I will shoot this in. It's open discussion. We're still talking about the Pixel 5, the Pixel 4a 5G. If you guys want to give your analysis, since there's always new information coming out regarding the Pixel 5, the Pixel 4 5G, like obviously the wide angle. They kind of beefed that up. They did tell us that the Pixel 5 is has an IP rating, so it is in fact water and dust resistant. And people, when it says that it's water and dust resistant, it doesn't mean that you can go spearfishing for aku and going down like 80 feet. No. And definitely when it's dust and water resistant, do not take your phone to the beach in salty water. I.e., Max Lee, when he took his phones to the beach that were water resistant, and what happened to them? Water got through because water ate through the seal and the grommet that protects all the components that need to stay dry, and his phone actually got corroded. So yeah, dust and water resistant just to me means that you can like take a phone call in the rain and actually talk to someone while it's downpouring heavy. Wipe the phone down to dry it off. Do not stick your phone on a charger when it's still slightly wet. Even if the modular port has been blown out with one of those aerosol cans that you use to clean your keyboards, you still want to wait until you know for sure that it's dry. I would definitely say that. Yeah. So link in the chat for those who would like to pop in right now for the open discussion. We'll talk about that. Let's see. Oh wow, this thing has not moved up on its own. All right, RJ, the link is right there in the chat. So if you want to open up your laptop, your phone, or whatever you use, and click that link right there, it will bring you into the lobby. I will bring you on, bro. That's right. CV Tech return on the Aloha Android. Ha ha ha! I get to say that now. I'm gonna say that on Twitter, bro. Watch. I had Latrell on here the other day, so that was kind of cool to have him on here. So yeah, there we go. There we go. Let's see. I hear you. 650 sounds decent. Yeah, definitely, malcontent, definitely. Like I said, maybe today I'll probably stay on about another hour because I do watch Phone Jerome too. And if you guys haven't watched Phone Jerome, please check him out. He's decent, and I like his coverage on the Pixel 5. Let's see. Yes, Need. Hi, Gene. Yeah. So links there. Whoever wants to come in, come on in. We are keeping it slightly PG. It is actually, this podcast is and has been monetized since the very beginning. So yeah, we'll keep it clean. Keep it clean like gasoline. 5,050 octane. Sneed is not ready. You guys are hilarious with that. Yeah. Yeah, I can have up to 10 people in here. So Jose, link is in the chat. If you want to come on in, bro, you can come on in, man. Anybody can come on in. This is the format that I'm going to go with my podcast towards the end when I open it up for like open discussion. Go ahead, link in the chat section. Click it and join in. I will bring you guys on. I am dying. Why? Because I said my lovely wife and I accidentally clicked on your comment, which brought up your profile picture, which was like, that is what, I mean, that's what I get. It's payback. Life pays me back because I said that about, I keep saying that Gene's getting married because Gene is getting married eventually on his live streams. Gene will get married. Yeah, you're still laughing about that. That's funny. Let's see. You are not ready. Baby Yoda. Is that beer? This is green tea. Yeah. No, I don't. I'm type 2 diabetic, bro. If I drink beer at this point in my stage of how I'm dealing with diabetes, I would flop over. You guys will be seeing a live stream that's going to run for hours until my wife gets home to shut it down and take me to the hospital. Let's see. That was hilarious. Gene is getting married today. Oh yeah, Gene's getting married today. Gene is gonna marry the pickle. Just playing, Gene. No one's playing. Don't be saying that. Gene is a tough MFer. I've learned it. Like I was literally roasting him with that whole marriage thing, right? And he took it like a champ. So Gene has my respect. Gene, if you want to come on in, you are a member of the team, right? You joined the membership thing. So that's also down there below. If anyone wants to know how to become a member, there are I think there are 4 tiers. But yeah, click the join button. It will show you the options, and you can read what you get, the benefits from those options. So if you guys want to become a member, That's totally cool. You don't have to, but that's totally cool if you guys did. And I am gonna up the incentives. Once things get moving more, I will put more things into the incentives for being a member. So do know that they're not. It's not ironclad. It's not Moses and the Ten Commandments. Gene is definitely not ready for live stream marriage. Oh snap! All right, special guest right now coming in. The man, the myth, the legend himself, and we will bring it. Oh, what up, bro?
Hold on, my connection isn't very good. Hold on.
All right. Let me see who else wants to join in. So, Lawrence, if you're still here, bro, come on in, man. Let's see what Joseph Gal says. Samsung announced the Samsung Galaxy S20. Yeah, I covered that. I don't understand why they're coming out with a fan edition of the Galaxy S20. It hasn't been out long enough to have anyone want to reminisce on those days.
Am I good, Tito?
You sound good to me, and the video's good too.
All right. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just open topic at the end of this podcast. Just want to have a little bit of fun. And somebody talked about the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition, and I kind of covered that a little bit earlier. I don't see why they have it. It hasn't been out long enough for anyone to want to reminisce the old days. So I'm not sure. What do you think about it?
What is it exactly? Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the calling card on that?
It's a. Let me see if I can bring it back up. But yeah, it's a watered down version of the Galaxy S20. Obviously more affordable because of the corners they cut to make it. But let me see if I can find the specs on it. I'm like multitasking today, doing a podcast, and I'm helping my kids with their online schoolings. So much fun. Okay, I'll pull it from The Verge. So we'll see what they say. Yeah, price tag for it is $699. So what? This thing's supposed to compete with the Pixel 5?
I'm pretty sure you can get an S20 right now for less than $699.
Yeah. Let's see. So 6.5-inch display at 120 hertz refresh rate, Quad HD plus resolution, but it doesn't tell me the exact resolution. Battery, 4,500 milliamp battery, 6 gigabytes of RAM.
Is it a plus? Is it a plus sized phone or is it a regular sized phone?
So the 6.5-inch display, I don't know how big that's going to be because since they're doing
pretty big.
Yeah,
that's pretty big.
Snapdragon 865 processor, IP68 water and dust resistance. So it's like pretty much just
It's an S20 Plus, dude.
Yeah. It appears similar to the Galaxy A71 with the camera sensors. I got RJ in here. We got Gene in here.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we got a little feedback. Let's see. Hold on, let me try this real quick. Now testing. Okay, so not RJ. Now testing.
I may be echoing myself. I don't know.
No, it's Gene. It's coming from Gene.
Oh.
By the way, let me do some introduction. Gene. This is RJ. TV Tech Review.
What's up, RJ?
And this is Need. The coolest down to earth. My brother. Awesome man. Community. And then we have Gene. Who's getting married tonight?
Oh God, no! Don't start that now. Don't start that again.
Yeah. So, Gene, did you? RJ, sorry. Did you get sent your gift by Google?
You are not.
Not yet.
Oh man.
What's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going, bro?
Everything good?
Yep. So, I'm kind of interested in picking your brain because I know like you and Sneed are a part of Team Pixel.
Yeah, I I haven't heard anything right now. So
Oh, hold on, Gene. Gene, I muted you so the feedback wouldn't go through. What were you saying, Gene?
What?
I thought you were speaking. I had muted your mic so the feedback wouldn't cut in. Unless you got like headphones or something.
Well, I'm still here. Go ahead.
All right. Oh, that was popping. Sorry, Gene. I had to mute you. So let me know when you're gonna speak, but I'll unmute you because it's like cutting in and the feedback was like popping really loud. If you got headphones, bro, that'd be cool. I don't know what's going on, why it's feedbacking on your end. But with all the material that's going out right now, including the fact that there's this video that popped up from Dave Lee that shows mock-up molds that was used to make cases for the Pixel 4a 5G and the Pixel 5. The 4a 5G only having one camera sensor instead of all what the leaked specs have been saying, which was supposed to have two sensors. We'll start with Sneed. What do you think about that? If that is true, how that's going to play out?
I kind of like what Google does with their cameras. If they don't feel it's a requirement to have two or more, I trust the judgment. I mean, the cameras speak for themselves. Look at the photography. You know, it's they set the market standard for photographs. I mean, maybe they could do a little bit more, you know, if they had a second sensor for depth or wide angle or something like that. But honestly, man, you're gonna get in a 5G phone for $500 or less. Then it's you know, they'll work their magic with their camera, you know, software and their algorithms and stuff like that. It'll be a good performer. I mean, it's kind of a bummer. You like the flexibility of multiple sensors, but honestly, man, you know it's going to be a good performer. You know, it's going to be a class leading photography and a phone that's going to be affordable. So I don't think there's too much to complain about there. You know, if you want something with multiple sensors, you'll probably just have to get the 5. You know, and that's just a concession you'll have to make if you get the cheaper phone.
Yep. How about you, RJ? What do you think if like the 4A only had one camera sensor instead of two, like they've been leaking specs about?
well, I really haven't been watching a whole lot of spec videos about, what speculation is going to be on the 4A 5G and the 5. But honestly, if the 4A 5G only has one camera sensor, I don't see much of a problem with that personally, because I'm on the Pixel 4A right now on this chatting with y'all, and it does a good job. I mean, honestly, I can't tell the difference in the quality recording or taking pictures or whatever between the 4 XL that I have and the 4A with a single camera. So I don't think that that's going to be much of a big deal for me. Now, like Sneak said there, there is those going to want the ultra wide angle and they're going to want all this extra camera features. And, if that's the case, then hold off. But, I think the Pixel cameras are just so good in general. I mean, I believe that they speak for themselves. I believe that they have proven to be great in what they do. I mean, I don't care what kind of lighting you're in. The cameras is great. And if they only have one camera on the 4A 5G, I mean, yeah, $150 more, something like that, just for a 5G version with an upgraded processor, of course. I don't know about that now. I think that's kind of pushing that a little bit.
All right. We'll throw it to GoatNet. What do you think, bro?
I think that what they're gonna do, they're gonna just release one version of the Pixel, and that's just gonna have the 6-inch display, and the 765. I think is it the 765 processor that they were announcing?
Yeah.
So I don't really see anything. It's gonna be like the Pixel 4a, but it's gonna have a slightly larger display and 5G modems.
Okay.
Now, like I said, I really don't keep up with a whole lot of. Surprisingly, I don't keep up with much tech news, regardless of what phone it is or manufacturer or whatever. What are some of these specs for the Pixel 5? Because I really haven't watched much about it, to be honest, and I haven't heard nothing from any, really about it. So
Okay.
I know it I know it has a 765G. I'm going to have what 66 gigabytes of RAM and
8.
20 gigabytes of store. Oh, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Storage gonna be the same, I guess, at 128 gig.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. But
Yep.
the display, what's the display size going to be?
Dude, I don't even remember. It's gonna have the same. Basically, it's gonna have the same display, nearly the same display size as the Pixel 4a. So it has the same footprint as far as size wise. It's gonna have that. So let me see. I'll pull it up again here just so we can like throw it on the screen. But yeah, as far as like that, they just released some more specifications for like the camera sensors. So we have a little bit more info on like the ultra wide. Let me just throw it up on here when Gene
I
comes
think
back.
it's gonna have a 6-inch display. It's gonna be slightly larger.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
it has to be a little bit
I
bigger
believe it's gonna come out.
than the 4A.
Let's see. All right. Oh, no. Okay, that's in here. Okay. Let me just kind of go through this real quick. So yeah, Snapdragon 765G. We already know that. 6-inch, 6-inch, 2340 by 1080 OLED, 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio, and a 90 hertz refresh rate. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, 4,080 milliamp hour battery, IP68 waterproofing, and an 18-watt USB-C fast charging. And for the camera sensor, 12.2 megapixel. Why is it saying telephoto? That's weird. But anyways, it's supposed to be the main sensor is 12.2 megapixel. And then 16 megapixel wide angle camera. Why are they saying telephoto? Because it's supposed to be the wide angle is a 107 degree field of view range. Oh, weird. This is the Verge. But that's
We'll
a
just find out next week.
Now, I want to ask your opinion on something here. Do you think that the processor makes a phone mid-range to flagship? If it's got all the specs, and I mean, if it's got like the IP rating, it's got wireless charging, 8 gigabytes of RAM, plenty of internal storage. I mean, if it's got all this stuff, does a processor make it or break it? I mean, because see, I've done speed tests between the 730G and the 4A against the 4XL with 855. And I'm not sure who all watched that video, but except for in gaming performance, it's very close. I mean, the 730 versus the 855.
That's all right, Gene. If you can get back in. Sorry, go ahead.
Just in opening apps side by side, the only thing that I really seen that was a major difference was how smooth the gameplay was compared, of course, with that 90 hertz refresh rate, which I turned off because it's battery life that I don't care for 60 hertz, 90 hertz, whatever. But I'm beginning to wonder if the 765G is not going to actually perform just as good as the 855 from last year. So do you really think that the processor makes or breaks a phone and makes it go from a flagship to a mid-ranger? What's your opinion on that?
Here's what I think about it. So today, and I'll let Sneed continue on a little bit further because he's very deep with the network. So he's got like a library of knowledge when it comes to the network. But the chip does make or break the phone. So I can see why Google went with the 765G because they're trying to bring down the price of the Pixel. And in my opinion, that's a great move for them to do it. Go on a higher mid-range level, make your phone more affordable to get it in more hands so more people can really get the experience of the Pixel. I feel like that, it is going to perform good. To me, it's not a major problem. I don't look for the Pixel to be identified as a flagship. And that's me being a Pixel fanboy. I don't care if people label it a flagship or not a flagship. The real thing is how well is the software optimized and how does it perform? Because you have to use it every day if you buy it as your daily driver. And if you're going to sit there and fight with it because it's going to lag out, it's going to stutter, you're going to see jank, you're going to see all kinds of things. Like for me, I'm a nitpicky, SOB. So if I see the actual pixels on the display, it's going to annoy me. Those types of things is what I look at, software optimization. But the big key here is longevity, like how long it's going to go for, because again, we're moving into 5G technology. This is why I follow Sneed, because he helps me stay up to date with what goes on with the network. the types of 5G that's being rolled out. And of course, obviously, they are heavy on telling the truth on what T-Mobile's doing, which I will give it over to the Sneed to explain why the chips are important, what makes or break a phone, and how does that affect the phone's longevity, including the modem that they put in the phone. Go ahead, Sneed.
So chipset wise, the 765G chip is a good chip. It's probably good enough for 90% of applications that most people download and utilize for their day-to-day processes. It will not be enough for somebody who creates content and renders video and edits. People try to tell me that that's the case. That is not the case. Anything other than a flagship chipset will not hold up because I've done it. I've tested 6 series chips. I've tested 7 series chips. Those chips cannot render video efficiently, effectively, and they'll lead to corrupted files, failures. That thing will chug along. Your battery life will take a dump. I mean, those are intensive, resource-intensive processes. It's just very difficult and it's painstaking. You know, it's very laborious trying to edit and render a video using a mid-range chipset. And there's nothing wrong with those phones. Like, honestly, if you don't render content, video, stuff like that, if you don't have like an extreme need for a certain type of gaming performance, then those phones are fine. But if you are part of that class of user where you are going to be a content creator and you're trying to upload 4K content and rendering video and editing video on your mobile on device, flagship is a must. There's just no other way. You're going to hate your life trying to do it on a 6 or 7 series jet. It won't work. And it's going to make it's just so unenjoyable. Now, to take it to the modem level, the modem that's in the 865 is an X55 Snapdragon modem. It is the pinnacle of modem hardware in the world, period. Like, nobody makes a better one right now until the X60 comes out. So cellular-wise, you can future-proof yourself for probably the next couple of years if you have the X55, which comes on the 865. So for cellular technology, with 5G now being a thing, if you are the type of person that's not going to want to upgrade for the next couple of years, that's a must. The 765 has an X52 modem, which is not going to aggregate carriers the same. It will not be able to achieve the same bandwidth, so it's not going to be as fast. It's not that it's going to become outdated. Its bandwidth potential is just less. So your expectations have to be tempered. For example, you can aggregate carriers on the X52 chip to probably simultaneously get up to 400 megahertz of bandwidth. On the X55 modem, you're going to do 800 megahertz. So that's double the capacity. So when networks start to catch up to what these phones could do in a year, right, or something like that, your phone's going to be outdated, right? So one's going to age better than the other. So literally, there's a physiological constraint. There's nothing that software can do to change the limitations on the X52, which is in the 765, and the X60, which is in the 865. Now to, is it CV Tech? I'm looking at the CV. Okay. RJ, right?
Yes.
RJ brings up a great point. He mentions performance between the 855 and the 765. Well, the 765 is a 5G chip, more future-proof than 855, which is an LTE chip, unless you have the 5G variant of the 855. Everything is very situational. You have to look at what device it is, because there are 855s that are 5G compatible, like the Note 10 Plus 5G, but there's a Note 10 Plus that's LTE only that also has the 855. See, it was an add-on. 5G was an add-on last year, right? So, but performance-wise, the 855 will be faster and more capable than a 765. It's going to be probably anywhere between 10 to 20% higher performer. Always take an 8 series over a 7 series. No negotiation, always, unless you're going back 3 years. So an 835 will not be better than a 765. an 845 will probably be right around the same, as a 765. So like if somebody's looking at an S10 Plus right now and they can get it for $200 and they're not worried about 5G, I'm buying that over a 765 base device. If I'm just looking at performance, I'm buying last year's flagship over this year's, 765, whatever. And we're just talking performance.
Yeah. Yep. That's the deal.
Yeah.
Follow him. Subscribe to him,
Oh,
man.
I already am. So I'm not always on, and I don't always get notifications either. For some reason, which that's a YouTube thing. We all know that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, for my users, like I say, all my content that I make is from an iPhone or from my Pixel 4 XL, and my Pixel 4 XL does. I use Power Director Pro, and that's what I've been using forever, and it does a really good job on 855. With Pixel 4, and of course I use iMovie when I use an iPhone. I'm using an iPhone 7 when I use an iPhone to make content. This still does just fine, other than the very little RAM ROM that's in the phone. Because I sold my SC 2020.
Oh wow.
But I mean, honestly, the SC 2020 is a good phone, but for what I use the phone for, my iPhone 7 unlocked from Metro, and for what I use it for, it works just as honestly about as good, for gaming and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, I can't tell much difference in the camera performance. But anyway, that's kind of beside the point. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really tried making a video with the Pixel 4a and try to use Power Director on that phone and see how it's going to work. I haven't done it yet. I'm planning on doing that and trying it out to see how. I know with this chip here, you can't really render a video in 4K. I know I've used phones before with Power Director that was not 800 series and it says not supported. You can do 1080p 60, but not 4K. Now I wonder if the new Pixel 5 was going to have 4K 60 or still 4K 30.
Whoa. I don't remember if I've seen that. No, it'll have 4K 60. I remember
60.
Yeah, because they were doing they released all those different specs, like the new specs that leaked out when it came to it. So 4K 60, it will do that. What was it 1080p and up to 240 frames per second?
Yeah,
they'll do that.
That's kind of a standard feature at this point. I think we all can agree. Like every device has it, and that within that performance range. I think 4K 60 frames is kind of, that's a non-negotiable because all the phones are doing it.
Yep.
I never really used 4K 60 because it's just with my internet speeds. My goodness, it would take way too long to upload a video 4K 60. But I'm fine with 1080p 60. That's what I do all my videos in is 1080p 60. Cool. Unless it's like a real short video that really don't matter, then it's just normal 30 frames per second. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, do you ever consider using 4K 60?
I would consider it, but like, I think what you missed out on when you took your time out was videos on my channel are gonna be rare. So like I've shifted to doing podcasts because there's a great new bunch of content creators that I want to introduce you to, that I am solely behind backing and in trying to push the new generation coming up. I think I've ran my course on YouTube. So like all I do is do podcasts. I download the audio version when this is done, upload it to my audio podcast, and then this, however long YouTube takes to render this, unless it ends up being like a 4-hour live stream, then it renders quickly. But like anything under 2.5 hours usually takes about almost a day to process. So then this will actually be like reviewable tomorrow when I do my other podcast tomorrow, because I go daily, like Monday through Friday, doing this around this time slot. And yeah, this week I'm just covering like the road to the Pixel 5 because next week from today is the event. However, I'm only live streaming that on Periscope and Twitch because I almost got a strike on my channel for the Apple event.
Oh yeah, I watched the replay, and I heard you mention that. Yeah, something. I heard you saying something about a almost got a strike, and didn't somebody actually get a strike?
Yeah, Latrell got a strike, but he actually contacted YouTube and they took his strike off. So he's in the clear. But I have the warning, the community guideline warning. That won't come off my studio at all. So if I ever do something like that again, I will get a strike, which will prevent me from uploading or live streaming for a week. So like I'm doing my live reaction to the event on Periscope, Facebook, and Twitch, and then I'm doing the after show event on YouTube where then I won't get a strike. I don't have to worry about it. So
Yeah.
yep, but I'm just doing podcasts. That's all I'm doing. I'm just really doing this, and then just trying to get more people exposure. Like Technoid, I don't know if you subscribe to him yet. I loved his thing yesterday. Doctor Who. You gotta see his video. He does his normal intros on his videos, and then every now and then he does these special ones. Like he did one of Power Rangers, and Sneed is Zordon.
I still don't get why I got the Zordon treatment. I have no idea.
Because Zordon is the one who gave the teenagers, their morphing ability, and he's one with the power grid, and that's what Technoid views you as.
Oh man, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, like you're the go-to. Like I said, you've helped my channel out with I know phones. I know about phones, but I have a better insight of how phones and network play because of the content you put out, the information you share with everybody. That helps. Also, if you ever have any questions about T-Mobile, you got to check out Sneed's channel. You got to check out Carlos's channel because they are currently at this time bringing out info, and this is credible info from trusted sources, and it gives a position on what's really happening post-merger between T-Mobile and Sprint, because there's actually a lot of dirt that T-Mobile's doing and a lot of foul play, and they're on their radar. Like T-Mobile has Sneed on their radar because they're like they can't go to the back room in a club to the champagne room and get it on without Sneed being. They went to the champagne room. But
now I have T-Mobile, but it's not direct T-Mobile. Do you remember? Do you remember? I'll get my words out here. Do you remember Better Sim?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah.
I still have my Better Sim account. That closed up. That was only like a limited time invite only type thing, and you had to like sign up for it to get it. So I'm still paying every month on time for that service, but it's actual T-Mobile. I mean, I'm still getting my unlimited talk, text, unlimited data, and unlimited 3G hotspot, $39 a month flat rate. And it's actual a T-Mobile SIM card, it's actual T-Mobile. And so I don't actually. So I mean, any phone that I use with that SIM card, it works just like with any T-Mobile. Because they don't have like the Metro SIM card or some kind of off the wall SIM card. It's actual T-Mobile SIM card. So that plan, even though in my area T-Mobile is horrible, even though it shows coverage pretty good in my area, there is no coverage. There is no coverage. I might get 1 megabit per second download if I'm lucky.
Why is this happening, RJ? That's so bad, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I can't believe they do you dirty like that, man.
I mean, I guess I'm not 1%. I guess I'm not 1% that ain't covered. I reckon.
No, you're not 1%, bro. That's like 90% of customers tell me that.
Yeah, I mean, see, I live in an area where band 2 or 4 won't work. I have to rely on band 12.
Oh no!
Right
dude.
here,
no,
band 12,
no.
And it's so weak. And I can look at the phone. It'll say 1 bar, maybe 2 bars. I run a speed test. The best I've ever gotten here in my house was 5 megabits and like less than 1 megabit upload.
So RJ, do you know the history of that connection? That band 12 problem? I'll give you the history on that band 12 problem. Band 12 is a concession from the failed AT&T merger in 2011. AT&T had to give T-Mobile 5 megahertz of band 12 for their nationwide network to get them going in LTE. It's only 5 megahertz Could you imagine all the people in your area connected to band 12 at the same time? For 5 megahertz of it. Just 5.
Yeah.
Not even 10, not even 15 or 20. Just 5 megahertz. That's why it sucks, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they finally flipped on band 12 here sometime early this year or late last year because um, I have a Xiaomi device that don't support band 12, and I can go all over the house, go outside, and it's just an X. There's no service on with band 2, band 4, 66, there's no band at all. Um, and so I got to drive about a mile and a half in each direction before I actually am getting good enough LTE and decently reliable. I mean, I could be in the middle of my city and lose all T-Mobile service.
Yeah, because the mid-band, the compatibility and low-band.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm switching between band 66, band 2, band 4, band 12. I haven't seen band 71 yet, but yeah, it's just awful. But the only reason why people's like, why you keep that phone? I'm like, well, because the plan is so good, you know, and it's unlimited. And I mean, the best speed I've ever got on Better Sim, which is running on T-Mobile, like 130 megabits, you know, with like 40 megabits up. You know, that's the best I've ever gotten, and that's that was just in downtown, and that was
So
on, of course,
if
on
I could ask you,
LTE.
RJ, why haven't you considered like AT&T prepaid for $50, like real
Because
unlimited on a real network?
Well, see, I used to be on Cricket, and I love Cricket right here in this area. AT&T, see, I had Cricket, like I said, worked great LTE, full service. Started noticing that my service was dropping, LTE was dropping a little bit, and then it got to where I couldn't make a phone call. I couldn't receive phone calls, so I called AT&T herself, and they admittedly told me, "Oh, the towers in your area we are no longer maintaining, so there is no coverage no more. You are in limited coverage." I said, "Well, why is your coverage map?" Because I mean, I call them and get on to them. I'm like, "Your coverage map." I'm like, why don't you give the people your real coverage map instead of some fake coverage map that shows you a full service? It shows me here blanketed with service with AT&T.
Yeah.
And and I said, and on their map it says, "Oh, you're in very limited to no coverage." And I say, well, then how about instead of y'all, whenever somebody might be wanting to get Cricket, they look at the coverage map. Oh, I'm covered. I say, but when they spend their money, they get home, there's no coverage because you're misleading everybody. I'm like,
Yeah, but
why don't
they might have a roaming agreement there, CJ or
RJ.
RJ. They might have a roaming agreement with another provider, a regional provider,
well,
but you wouldn't get it
well,
on Cricket. You would only get it on their AT&T proper.
Well, I talked to actual AT&T, and they told me that there was no coverage in my area. I said, well, I used to have great coverage, with AT&T because I had AT&T, I had Cricket, I had both of them, at some point or another. And they're just like, well, yeah,
When
we
was that,
see
RJ?
that. I want to say that it was at least 2 years ago because
Right.
my main carrier now is Total Wireless, which is the worst off of Verizon.
I bet you it's changed,
And
RJ, because they got band 14 FirstNet, and they have to cover 99.9% of the country with LTE by.
I called AT&T about a month ago, and it was the same. They
Yeah.
told me they said
Same?
there's no
Okay.
coverage in your
So they
area.
haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah. Well, they said there is no coverage in your area, and we're not showing any expansion in your area
They
anytime
don't know what
soon.
they're talking about. FirstNet's going to cover the entire
Yeah.
country. They're going to have coverage on Mount Rushmore by the end of next year.
Mm.
So, I mean, that'll change in the future. How about Verizon? Have you thought about Visible? $25 per month with a 4-person party pay?
Well, I'm on Total Wireless, which is on Verizon. I've been on it for 2 years. I have 3 lines with 60 gigs of shared data, which is really never used. Um, and we've been on that for 2 years now, and there's been no issues whatsoever with Total Wireless, which of course, works off a track phone, which Verizon, I guess, is absorbing track phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my main phone number is on Total Wireless, which is on Verizon, which is the only thing that works in my area. T-Mobile don't work, AT&T don't work. If it wasn't, and Verizon used to didn't work, not until Alltel sold out, and
I remember
whenever
Alto.
Alltel sold out and Verizon got 85% of their towers or their network, then that's when we got coverage. Or in this particular in this big area, this whole city was Alltel, was pretty much Alltel ran. Verizon was very, very weak until Alltel went under, and then Verizon dominated pretty much the state where I live here. Cause this state here was, I mean, it was Verizon was good in the mountain areas, but most areas Verizon was pretty shoddy until Alltel. Because Alltel
Yeah.
was what was up back then.
Yeah, but that's what he's saying, because like he was asking you about Visible, because like how much do you pay on Total Wireless?
It's $80 some a month for 3 lines.
For 3 lines? Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, if you were to, I mean, because like if you went to Visible and say you brought your 3 lines to Visible, started a party pay, and added one more person to it, then it would be $100. But you would only pay 75 because you would have your 3 lines, 25 each line, and then somebody else would pay 25 on their end because they're part of your party pay. So yeah, you would actually cut your bill down by $5. You would on Visible. I don't know what is Visible's QCI level.
It's the lowest.
Lowest.
Well, why would that be any different than Total Wireless?
Yeah, because they're on the same, right? Because this is prepaid and it's
Mhm.
MVNO.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some fantastic speeds on Total Wireless. Now down here where I live at, I mean, I use for internet, I use Verizon Hotspot. I got on their grandfathered unlimited plan, and that's the only internet I can really use here in my area, because I live in a dead area. I mean, I live in a dead area out in the sticks, and and nobody offers anything for internet. So if it wasn't for Verizon Hotspot offering that unlimited deal for that short time, I make sure my bill is paid, and I got it. I got it on record of them saying that my plan will never change as long as I pay my bill. So,
Yeah, that's true.
and
That's true.
so, I mean, that's what I use to game on the Xbox. That's what I use to upload videos, whatever the case may be, is a hotspot. So I use considerable amount of data on that hotspot, but that's why I really never use much data on Total. I don't really get out very much. I don't go. I live kind of in a dead area where there's really not a whole lot to do. I mean, especially now when everything closes up at 8 o'clock, So, there's not. I mean, I might use. I mean, between the 3 people on my Total Wireless plan, we might use 10 gigabytes a month out of our 60. So,
yeah. What I was saying is because I don't know how much data you use. That's what like Visible was like being brought up. It's because like with Visible, it is unlimited. They haven't. I don't. From what I'm told from the PR lady that I speak with, her name is Pearl. From what I'm told is that they haven't recapped the data with Visible, so that's cool. The only thing that's capped is their hotspot, but their hotspot is full unlimited. Like there's no cutoff, depriode or anything like that. So I mean, it's like 5 megabits down. I think I forgot what the uplink is, but it's that's what I was saying is because but you guys only use about 10 total altogether. I mean, but like I know what you mean about T-Mobile, dude. That's the reason why like I paused my Google Fi account since it only relies on T-Mobile now. It's been very crappy in my city, like bad. So like for my wife, who's here in chat, she has 2 visible lines because she has the iPhone 10s and she has the Pixel 4a. So I just said like for your iPhone, because she was using data only SIM from Google Fi. I was like, just get another visible line, add it to the party pay. Boom, you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, I'm spending $39 a month. I mean, I could actually step up my plan with better SIM and
Mhm.
get unlimited 4G LTE hotspot. That's like $20 more a month. I'm like, I'm not, I mean, not until they get full service in my area with great, that ain't gonna happen. Which I don't see it happening anytime soon. But if I cancel that plan, I'll never get it back. I mean, you can't beat full T-Mobile unlimited everything for $39, taxes and fees included. You just can't. You can't beat that. So that's why I still maintain that plan, and that service is because I've never seen a deal that good. But for actual T-Mobile, it's not some kind of off-brand or whatever the case may be, or some kind of piggyback. It's actual. It's actual T-Mobile service. So, for anybody that got that plan, you still got that plan. I mean, because that was
Hang
very,
on with
very,
me and take over. I'll be right back.
because that was very, very short-lived, and I ain't even looking at the chat. So if anybody's talking to me or asking me any questions, I apologize because I'm not actually looking at the chat here. So yeah, let me bring things back up. Yeah, band 12 is really bad here. That's the only thing that works here. I can make a phone call, but now there is Wi-Fi calling, so there is that Wi-Fi calling. I mean, most of my phones run on Wi-Fi calling. The iPhones, Pixels, all have Wi-Fi calling. So Wi-Fi calling, I can still use my T-Mobile here in the house for phone calls. It's not always reliable because if my hotspot gives out or my internet craps out, then so does my so does the phone call. But yeah.
Gene, if you got a headphone and everything, man, come back in, bro. Yeah, but I know what you mean by that. With trying to hold on to a plan because of the deal that you get. Me personally, I mean, that's the reason why I paused my service with Google Fi, only because if Google Fi, which I don't see it happening anytime soon. So like a lot, people ask me this in the comments of my old videos with Google Fi. If there was ever for them to make a deal with Verizon or with AT&T, then yeah, it would be a great time to hop back on Google Fi because I really love the services you get with the plans for being a Fi member. But that to me does not outweigh what I'm getting with T-Mobile, because T-Mobile is it's absolutely bad. And the sad thing about all this is that my friend Sneed and Carlos, they report on like what T-Mobile's doing. They give to the people all the information that they have. There are people who are just really stuck on T-Mobile, and they want to give them so much flack, which I think is ridiculous that they do that. But it makes sense because when I watch Sneed's podcast and he talks about what T-Mobile's doing, and then Carlos, he does speed tests, and since Carlos travels, to California, Arizona, he lives in Nevada, he goes to Utah, he goes all over the place, and he runs these speed tests. Like, he will test the network to show people what you really get, because T-Mobile has been known to fudge when it comes to relying on Ookla speed test to look at the speed test results. And I know it's true because after seeing that, I was getting on Fi, which was relying on T-Mobile. I was getting on them with like I think 180 megabits per second down and about 56 on the uplink. And I did a Periscope live stream with our friend Caleb, and Caleb and I were just talking. We were talking about the Pixel 5, and it just kept cutting in and out. Like, it was really bad. And when you have a 56 on the uplink, your live stream on Periscope should be solid.
Yeah.
But
For
it
real.
wasn't. I don't know. Sneak can explain that better on like what they're doing on that. So I don't know if you want to jump in, buddy.
Look, man, same situation for me. I ran a speed test at the bakery. It was like 52 megabits per second. And what I was doing was I was going to use my T-Mobile line to stream. I was speed testing millimeter wave on Verizon because we've got nodes all over around the bakery. They're all over the blocks. So I'm like testing. I ran the live stream like 9 minutes in, just died, just disconnected and failed. Like, you can go and watch it on my channel. Look up Verizon millimeter wave speed testing at 9 minutes and 36 seconds, just out of nowhere. Poof, just ends for no reason. The when I ran the speed test before I started, I used Ookla, and it got like 52 or 53 megabits per second. So the way I'm looking at it is, it's the middle of the day. There's no situation or possibility of anything happening like where a network load is going to all of a sudden make a tank below 5 megabits per second, right? So I'm thinking that it's just going to go ahead and it'll carry the live stream for, whatever 20 minutes I needed or whatever. And it absolutely failed and it just ended. And I left it up to prove that point because whenever I live stream, I always indicate who I'm live streaming from and which device I'm using so people know. And what I learned is that the speed test that you get with these networks is a prioritized connection. In order to fudge their numbers, they prioritize the speed test app like it's a first responder, like it's the president of the United States, because they want their numbers to show that they are really fast. And then you actually do something on the network other than a speed test, and the speeds are way different. And the speeds are completely prioritized and deprioritized. So T-Mobile, probably the most guilty of giving you incredible speeds on your speed test, and then you actually using data on an app to accomplish a task, and it takes a dump. They're notorious for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I like T-Mobile. I really wish that there was T-Mobile coverage, good coverage in my in all of my area, because I would actually probably just leave my Total Wireless and just have one line, which would be T-Mobile. Fortunately, that's not happening right now. I've contacted T-Mobile over and over again, and they always say, "Well, we'll get somebody out there to see how coverage is and all that kind of stuff." I don't believe none of that mess because I mean, I've had that done half a dozen times. And they can, I mean, if they can just come down, they can just drive, anywhere around here and realize there's no coverage. Um, and I mean, back whenever Boost Mobile was actual Boost Mobile and Sprint, I had Verizon, I had the T-Mobile, and I had a Boost Mobile line at the time. And I just decided to drive to the country one night, and 99% of the time, T-Mobile was showing no coverage. Verizon never lost coverage, and Boost Mobile, actually in the middle of nowhere, never lost coverage. It lost LTE for a few seconds, but it never actually lost coverage. The T-Mobile, 99% of the time, was showing absolutely no coverage. And I was about a 50-mile drive, just around in the country to different counties, stuff like that. And I mean, Sprint was just dogging um, T-Mobile then, but that's how it is in my, it was always stronger in my state. That's why I really was like Sprint and like Boost Mobile, because in my
What
state,
state is that, RJ, if you don't mind
this
me asking?
North Carolina, and here in North Carolina, there was really nowhere I could go where I completely lost service. I mean, there was places that the coverage map showed a white out. There was no service whatsoever. And I go to that area and still had LTE with at least one bar of service, maintaining a phone call, and lose the call for like a minute or two, and then back into service again. And that whole 10-mile stretch of area where it showed no coverage whatsoever. So here Sprint was strong. That's why I always was like Boost Mobile. Yeah, I love Boost Mobile and Sprint, but I know it wasn't like that everywhere. Yeah, especially out in the Midwestern states and stuff like that. Sprint was basically non-existent. But in here, T-Mobile is just one of those weak. There is some strong areas, but for the most part, if you look at the coverage map, a lot of it shows fair coverage, and I know fair coverage pretty much means very limited to no coverage at all, from my experience. But yeah, I mean, I really wish T-Mobile would do something. I mean, instead of, I believe that they need to do something with their coverage, because instead of doing everything else and all this other stuff that they're messing around with, focus on your network.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm trying to grab my Twitch link so I can drop it in there. Um, yeah,
He's
I
right.
don't know what you mean about
I
the
mean,
Boost
you're
Mobile.
talking about a guy who's been a customer for a while. You know him. You
Yeah,
would like to see them improve. You'll continue to spend your money with that network, but they have to improve it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if it'd be nice. I mean, because it's been years, and really coverage has really never got any better. And I'm like, it's a pretty. I mean, even though I'm down here, even though I'm down in the sticks, there's a lot of people down in this area, and nothing works but Verizon. AT&T might work in certain places, but Verizon is dominant. If it wasn't for Verizon, I wouldn't even have a cell service in my area that worked. Unless, like I say, I use Wi-Fi calling, which I do use on T-Mobile, but on occasion. But if it wasn't for Verizon, my area, I wouldn't have any cellular service at all. So,
Hey RJ, do you got a pair of headphones? Because it's starting to feed back through your mic.
let me check. Hang on a second.
Man, there's so many people with that same experience, man, about the coverage. I don't know. I think the problem is, and he was talking about his home internet and how he has no options and solutions. Am I allowed to swear on here?
Hmm. Do you hear feedback? Like it's like a delay in audio coming back through?
I mean, I kind of hear something now. I heard what I said like 3 seconds ago.
I know what it was. Oh my god, I feel so stupid right now.
What, do you have a
I'm,
YouTube window up?
no, I'm multicasting to three sources, and I went to
Oh,
Twitch to get my Twitch link, and it's
it's running.
and I made him go get headphones. Man, I feel so bad. Oh man. Well, at least I know Twitch has like a
RJ, come
friggin'
back.
30-second
RJ,
delay.
come back.
He's gonna come back. I think he went to go get his headphones though. RJ, it's not you. It was me.
Well, I can't get these to connect anyway, so
No, it's okay. It was me because I had my Twitch channel open because I was giving the Twitch link on the chat, and then I forgot I'm live streaming to 3 sources at the same time, so it was playing on Twitch. I feel so stupid right now. My
yeah.
bad, bro.
I heard a little bit of what was going saying. Like I said, in my area, as far as like a internet Wi-Fi company, there is none. Spectrum, CenturyLink, AT, nothing works. I mean, everybody you call was like, no. The only one that gave me any option at all was Spectrum, but they told me it was gonna cost me $6,000 to run a line, and I was like, thank you, but no, thank you. You know what I'm saying?
So who's to blame for that is the state, your current legislators, the people that represent you, your government, your local government. They have enabled those companies to build a cartel like mafia, where they don't let competition in, and
Hmm.
they don't have any accountability to provide a decent service and a good product at a fair price. They're they're basically legal mafia. They don't have anybody to answer to. The FCC doesn't give a damn. That's why I was asking Tito if you didn't mind if I swore,
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
this kid, yeah, fuck the FCC. They ain't worth a damn. They ain't shit. And I'll say it, I don't give a damn, bro. People like RJ, people like me who have no options. We got one choice. That's not a choice. That means if you want internet, you got one thing going. That's
Hmm.
like one store to buy food from, one market, one cell phone provider, one school, right? One thing, one car dealer. Imagine a life where you have one to choose from. That's not choosing. That's mafia, bro. It's cartel. It's like drug dealers. It's like Pablo Escobar when he was running cocaine running the U.S. cocaine situation, bro. He ran it. He cornered it, and there are laws on the state level that protect them from having to compete. You see what I'm saying? There's no municipal fiber for RJ or me. There's no city-owned operation where the people pay to have those operations. I'm stuck with Cox, straight trash, garbage.
Oh
They
yeah.
want to charge me to fix their shit. It's their problem, and they want to charge me to fix it. To give him internet, for RJ to pay money to them, they want him to also pay $6,000. just so he
Well,
can
see,
have their service.
Well, see, they told me they said it'd be $6,100 and some dollars. They said, but Spectrum will pay 3,000 of that, so you'll come out $3,100.
No, they can eat all the dicks and choke.
Yeah,
They can eat
I
all
told
of
them.
it. They can have all of them.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm like, just right across the road, they have. I mean, I've seen Spectrum trucks on my road.
So
But
you're
they
telling me
won't.
that's not like a drug cartel when you got trucks across the road with internet?
It's crazy. Makes no sense. And there is, and they say there is no expansion plans because it's not. I don't know. I mean, that's why I got to rely on Verizon hotspot LTE. I mean, to even get internet. I'm using 400 to 500 gigabytes a month because I'm using it for everything. You know.
And people tell me shit like we don't need 5G. And then people want to tell me shit like that. And we're all gonna die, and all this crazy nonsense, but we don't need 5G. But our choice is we got drug dealer, cartel, home internet providers, and we don't need 5G. Man, I'm done, man. I'm through. I'm good. That's it. That's my thing for today. I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
Now don't Verizon have an actual internet service as well?
Yeah.
It's not available here.
Of course it's not, because they won't let them in.
But so that's why I'm using the hotspot with LTE.
Yeah.
It works. Now there's times it dips out. Because even though
Because
I'm
it's
on the
not
unlimited plan,
designed. It's not designed
Yeah.
for that. So you're trying to make it work, but
they after 30 gigabytes, I'm deprioritized. But in my area, I'm really never shown deprioritization. Because down here, my speeds are between 20 and 30. On average, download uploads between 3 and 6. Right now, when I check my speeds before I got on here, I was pulling like 42 down and like 3 up. And so, especially when you upload videos to YouTube, that makes it a nightmare whenever you have to wait, 2 or 3 hours to upload a 10-minute video.
bro,
It's just crazy.
there's kids that can't even do Zoom meetings. They can't even do I'm supposed to educate them virtually, and they can't even hold a Zoom call. They don't have 2 megabits per second reliable on the upload. That's not business. That's stealing. That's thievery.
Yeah, it's
a lack of
messed up.
accountability. And so I'm a school teacher. If I have a lack of accountability, I get fired. They take away my teaching license. But see, they're protected by the law. Their lack of accountability is created.
Yeah.
Right? They slid the envelope, and the state representation took the envelope. So that's why I tell people who you vote into your local offices matter.
Yes,
You need to try to find people that will actually be worth a damn. There's, you need to find a white knight. If they push the envelope to me, I'm not taking it. I don't need money. I'm satisfied with whatever the fuck I have. I don't need your fucking money.
Yep.
You can't buy people like that, but there needs to be more people like that don't care about money. Money doesn't move me, bro. I'm not moved by money. There's money, bro. There's always another dollar. Money does nothing for me. I need it for certain things to survive. I need to provide for my family. I have no money problems, and money doesn't satisfy me, because if money was the only thing that satisfied you, you would never go to sleep. You'd just be thinking about the next dollar.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And seriously, It's a horror. I feel bad for people. Their only motivation in life is chasing money. They have nothing else satisfies them. There's nothing that takes any precedence in their life. They never stop and smell the flowers, bro. They literally are just chasing dollars. Money is blowing in the wind and they're chasing it.
I agree.
Yeah, because here I'm stuck with Cox Internet, but that's just at the city of Phoenix, the council, how they have it pretty much divided up. So certain sections of the city is basically dominated by an internet service provider. So like Carlos was telling me, get CenturyLink here. CenturyLink doesn't really work that great in Phoenix, but I don't have another option. There was one that I would have had. However, they stopped building out their fiber, and that was Google, because Google Fiber was coming to Phoenix, but Cox and CenturyLink
they won't let Google
raised
Fiber
hell
in all these
about
places, Tito.
Yep, they were like, "Oh, it's gonna take away our business." So, boom, no fiber. And even though it still says on their site that coming to Phoenix soon, it's not coming here.
You know what they
Oh,
did,
yeah.
Tito? They threw the money to the state and they said, block this shit right now.
Yeah, that's
Stop
exactly
it.
what they did.
Bro, I mean, literally, they don't have to improve anything. It is the same garbage coax cables
Mhm.
and wiring for the last 30, 40 years, bro, since the 80s. The same garbage fiber or the same garbage coax that was that they were using to show the Mike Tyson fights in 1987 is the same coax they're using today for your home internet over there. The same
Yeah,
trash, the same garbage, the same switches, the same hard. They don't want to put a dime into it.
exactly. And this
And
this
then
is
they
why I
say
had to
things,
downgrade my plan.
and then they say things like, "Oh, you'll be back." The hell I
Yeah.
won't. You'll never get $1 out of me. I would rather drive 10 miles up the road to find a fast wireless tower than to transmit anything over your trash network and give you a dime. You can kiss my ass from here to across the street. You'll never get a dime from me ever again.
Yeah, because I can prove that. Because like, so I mean, because I've talked about this before on your podcast, Need, and I said that I had Cox, I have Cox internet currently right now. I downgraded my plan to like the 30 by 30 because I had paid for the Gigablast, but I wasn't getting that. I was getting 385 on the down and like 112 on the up. That's not gigabit speeds.
It's a fraction of what you were paying for.
Yeah, so I downgraded my plan. Because if that's exactly what I'm getting is a max out at like 300, almost 400, then why am I going to pay for Gigablast when I'll just go to 30 by 30 or the 300 by 300 and just pay less? And so I opted that. But that's because the wiring, even though my apartments were renewed, these apartments were built in 2016, so they're 4 years old. They had all the connections for Google Fiber, for CenturyLink, and all this other stuff. But yet it's monopolized in my area of Phoenix.
Everywhere. No, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's a
It's
problem
like broken
across
up,
the U.S. Yeah.
Like CenturyLink has the south part of Phoenix. So if people want to know, the south part of Phoenix, so South Phoenix is all CenturyLink. You can't get Cox there. And
Tito,
then on
who
the
operates
east
like this? Gangs operate like this.
Yeah, it's
Gangs,
a
they
whole
take
game
over
mentality.
blocks and they do city. Yeah, they're gangs, bro.
Bro, I used to joke with my wife when like we would go like to grab something to eat at like a fast food chain, and I would see like a CenturyLink truck, and then right next to it was a Cox truck. I'm like, oh, they're about to fight. She starts laughing. I'm like, they're fighting for this territory. They'll bust out CenturyLink. They'll throw up their little CL sign with their fingers, and Cox will come out with the giant C, and they're just gonna start throwing punches. Watch, beating each other with coax cables and everything. It's like that. It's a gang territory type of thing, and it sucks. I was hoping for T-Mobile home internet when we had high hopes for the merger, but then everything just fell to crap. Lie after lie. Mike Seaver and his freaking his gray cardigan, talking about all these big moves, and Neville Ray like trying to feed the lie out because he really doesn't have a lot of control of what they're doing. Deutsche Telekom talking about you're a redheaded stepchild, T-Mobile, you don't get an allowance. And it's like, well, what the hell? So now T-Mobile home internet was no longer an option because that would have been good. But $50 a month, and how much gigs were they giving? Like, what, 50 gigs that you would get?
No, the speed was it was only guaranteed to 50 megs per second. So if you got faster speeds, that's fine. But they would give you up to 50.
But that was still good for like doing something like this, doing a podcast. It would still be good for that.
Yeah,
that's absolutely what I needed it for. But nope, can't rely on that.
Yeah, and really the only thing, like I said, Spectrum gave me the option, but really the only thing here available is satellite internet, and I mean that stuff is just way too expensive. It's just pathetic.
It's trash.
I mean,
it's trash. Bro.
Yeah, I mean it's very expensive. They cap you. I mean they cap you at this this certain gigabyte and
certain times of the day too, bro.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
Certain types of the day, they're like, it's going to slow down, or you're going to have these kind of speeds, and then this time I'm like, nah, and then they want an arm and a leg for nothing, and I'm like, man, they crazy.
Oh yeah, my daily side RJ used to have that tablet.
My daily side, hey brother.
Yeah, he got the RTA Windows 10 tablet.
I did have it. I don't have it anymore. That thing's been gone forever.
Yeah.
I'm not a tablet person, so.
So here's the big question, RJ, and I think everyone wants to know this. So now I'm about to slam you with the biggest question.
Oh
When are
God.
you coming back to live streaming? Because you live streamed a lot. I mean, I know part of the situation, and I know it's got to be tedious for you to have to hop in your car and drive to a certain point where you have great signal in order to host a live stream. But still, people want to know: are you coming back to doing live streams like you used to?
I'm hoping to here before long. Now that it's starting to cool off a little bit more. I have a condition where I can't really be in a hot and humid environment for more than a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I start, I mean, there's nothing I can really do about it. So now that I mean, temperatures has been like in the 40s at night here, and in the 50s during the day here for the past week or two. And but so whenever it does start cooling off, I probably will start. Hopefully, we'll start coming back into because like I said, I got to get my car, drive about 10, 15 miles to where I get the best signal, and then stream for however long I stream for, because time flies when you're streaming anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then then you're about half asleep, and then you gotta drive back home and all that stuff. So this stream here with the speeds I got is fine. If I was actually to do my own stream, it would be enough upload, to be able to maintain a good stream of my own. So that's why I don't ever stream from here.
Do you use StreamYard, or have you ever used it?
I've never used it on my own because I don't use a PC, and I don't know if StreamYard can be
You can do it from
used
mobile.
on a phone.
Yeah, you can do it from Chrome. You can do it from a Chrome browser, or I believe Safari also. The format is a little bit different from how you view it, but you can still host a live stream from mobile. If you give out a link to people to join you, you will see when they're in the lobby where you can add them in, so they appear on the stream. Yeah,
Okay.
StreamYard has made some strides with their mobile side. I'm
Yeah.
hoping one day that they make an app, but for me, they don't really need to. The mobile side is working just fine. So.
Yeah, yeah. I like I said, I haven't. My last live stream was, I want to say January of this year was my last live stream. Maybe
Oh, wow.
February, and I've just, I mean, because I knew there for a while, I was streaming every single night,
Yeah.
and I mean, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, I mean, it could be 20 outside in in the middle of winter, and I loved it,
Yeah.
but it's just I streamed so much, I streamed all the time, and it was always Q&As, and like I say, I don't mind Q&As because they're fun. I mean, especially whenever you're talking for 2 hours straight, you're not getting and you don't take a break from talking for 2 hours
Mhm.
answering questions. Night after night, it was just basically a lot of it was the same questions, over and over. And
You
I'm
ever
like, well, just
consider a
watch.
co-host, RJ?
Do what now?
Co-host, guest, anything like that?
Well, when I'm out, like I say, I haven't streamed since January. And whenever I would be in my car streaming at night, I only use just the live streaming app from YouTube, and I would just stream from YouTube and be done with it. So I couldn't really invite anybody then because, like I said, how long has StreamYard been around anyway?
Um, Dude, I discovered it. My gosh, probably like in March. I found out about it, or April. I found out about it through Sneed. That's how I found out about it. So
I've been using
credit
it
Oh,
goes
for at least a year.
a year.
and the question when I answered no in the chat earlier, that
Mhm.
was about the new Pixels.
Oh,
You asked
okay,
if I
okay.
heard anything, and I was like, no. So I haven't heard nothing.
I'm trying to figure this all out because I am the unofficial Team Pixel member, and so like I know you're part of it. Sneed just got brought into it, so I'm like really excited for him because obviously, you know, he should be getting the next one. Latrell's part of it. Latrell's been like feeding me information on it, like how it works. I mean, I know how it works. You can't. There's no application for it. They just have to find you. And
Mhm.
it's like because I'm trying to throw like videos in the way to be like, hey, look at me. It's like
Yeah,
I'll
because
eventually will get it. They'll punch my card one day, but I'm
yeah,
just like,
because I mean, when I got the invite, when I got the invite for the 3A, 3A or 3A XL, I mean, I was like, "Is this for real?" You know, I mean, because I thought it might have been, because I mean, I get so many emails that are just, I mean, they're awful. I mean, they're just, you really don't know what to trust and what not to trust when it comes to a lot of these emails that you get. When I seen that, I was like, wait a minute, that can't be right, And I reached out to someone about it, and they told me, yeah, that's what. And so I don't, I don't know why, but I'm thankful,
yeah,
Um,
they found you. They found Sneed. Like I said,
and I mean,
good
I'm a
morning.
huge, I'm a huge fan of the Pixel. I mean, ever since,
Go
I
play with
mean,
Cousin.
The Pixel 4, the Pixel
Good
3
morning.
XL was my daily driver
Over there,
for
buddy.
until the Pixel 4 XL came out, or yeah, the Pixel 4 XL came out when I got it, and then it was my daily driver until I got the iPhone SC 2020. Then I used that phone as my daily for like 2 months, just to test the phone out, and then it went to T-Mobile, and then my SIM card went into the Pixel 4A. That's where it's been because I mean, you, I've told you before. I think that I mean I was never satisfied with a phone. I changed SIM cards 3 or 4 times a day, sometimes in phones. But when I
Mhm.
got the Pixel, it was like I was done. I found what I liked. Great performance, awesome cameras, or awesome camera. Because even the 3A XL, when I got it, I was like, wow, this is the best camera I've ever seen in my life, from what I've ever owned. As far as the phones I've owned. But I'm not much into flagships. I'm not much into these $1,000 phones. I mean, now you can have them. I can't see myself paying that kind of money for any phone. Um,
Don't
and
worry. Carlos and Sneed got that on down pat. No, Carlos has he has the flagships.
yeah,
Oh,
I just can't do it. I mean, and I
okay,
mean,
so Aubrey to charge it.
and with my channel being always been primarily budget devices from like Boost Mobile, Straight Talk, stuff like that, I'll get a lot more views on those videos than I will on like a new iPhone or a new Pixel or whatever the case may be, because I've never really been a higher end type channel. So I might get 40,000-50,000 views on a $20 track phone, then and I might get 500 to 1,000 on a new iPhone. It's just I don't but I know there's a lot more coverage on those devices as well
Well, I
compared
mean,
to
that's what everyone
these.
recognizes you for. See, like
Yeah,
that's the game of YouTube and the algorithm. So, like Sneed is the network guy. So when it comes to that, he's gonna get massive views when it comes to that. Especially lately now when he's been doing a lot of the T-Mobile news. I mean, he gets some solid views on that. So people
oh,
know him from that. With you, people know you for the guy that goes after these phones, like like track phones and things like that. So, but like
yeah.
Sneed, I have a question for you, my good friend. Where is that Pixel 4a? Has it moved around yet?
It may be in Vegas in the coming days. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna try to track it. I sent it out to New York, and it was there for about a month, getting reviewed, and then I think Mike's gonna send it out to Los in Vegas.
Yeah.
So, and then who knows from there after Los is done with it? I don't know.
Are you gonna make a
Maybe I'll
review?
send it to me personally.
Yeah.
Probably not.
We're not.
I probably won't. I mean, what am I gonna do with it? Should I, when I frame a review, I'm looking at network connectivity. I'm looking at future proofness, if that's a thing. Uh, it it's a mid ranger that performs well because the software runs pretty nicely. But cellular wise, it's nothing to write home about. I mean, it's basically outdated in December from cellular connection wise. So,
Yeah.
um, but there's people that don't need much from cellular. Like they just need it to be connected, right? So
Yeah.
it fits that. It's flexible in that regard. But You know, for innovations, it doesn't have any. There's nothing innovative about a Pixel. Um, Even the flagship, there's nothing innovative about a Pixel. You can just say
Right.
like the still photography is amazing. I don't know. It's hard for me to want to do a review on a mid-range phone that I personally am not excited about. You know, you could hear it in my voice because I can feel it.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about a mid-ranger because, I mean, I could get excited and talk about how great of a deal it is. You're getting bang for the buck. You're getting great value, but that doesn't do anything for me because I'm already using flagship devices. So for me to review and say, well, I hope you guys enjoy this if you're in the market for a mid-ranger, this is probably the best option. But I'm a firm believer in buying last year's flagship and not buying any mid-ranger. You know what I mean? I don't get the mid-range market personally. I
Mhm.
don't get it. But there are some people that want this year's phone, a 2020 phone, at the best price possible for some performance and some value. That's where the Pixel 4a comes into play, right?
Yeah.
But a 2018 flagship is a better phone than a Pixel 4a. And a 2018 flagship is cheaper than a Pixel 4a.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm gonna look, and it's gonna have a bigger battery, and it's going to have, you know, probably similar photography. The only thing
Yeah.
that's gonna be different is the software support on that Pixel is unprecedented. So
Yeah.
if software support is an important factor, it's really hard to go against the Google phone. You know, you're winning that every time. You might be winning photography every time too,
Yeah.
but there's more to it. Like it's not going to be fun editing the video on a Google Pixel 4a, but on a flagship from 2 years ago, I was using a flagship for channel creation in 2018. You know, so I could tell you it was getting it. You know, an 845 chip. Even an
Yeah.
835 chip, I was doing a lot of production. I had the Google Pixel 2 XL. My channel blew up that year. You know, all the production I had was on that phone. That was a Google Pixel 2 XL, had the 835 chipset. The camera was phenomenal. The video was fine. It was good. It was powerful. It had a good battery life. I mean, it lost the headphone jack. That was kind of sucky. I had to buy a freaking dongle or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm buying. If I'm Oh, okay. Thanks, Jason. That shouldn't have been in there. Thank you.
Dongles.
Yeah, it is. What I was gonna say is the last year's flagship is probably the same price or cheaper than the Google Pixel 4a.
Yeah.
So outside of software support, you're winning everything with last year's flagship. Every metric.
Like I said, because like I gave my dad my Pixel 3 and found this 125. This is a Pixel 3. Got it back in
Pixel
my
3 is a
possession.
better phone than a 4a.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could find
Yeah.
last year or the year before's flagship, much cheaper. Like I said, where you're going with this and where I hear where you're going with this, it's preferences in people. Like it's always going to come down to the consumer. If it's a must-have 2020, they're going to go mid-range. But if you want to have a good experience that's better than today's mid-rangers, last year's flagships or the year before's flagships is going to cut the mustard. It's going to handle it, and that's
Better,
absolutely true.
better
I
even.
use the Pixel 2 XL. Like I still use the Pixel 2 XL from time
Pixel
to
2
time.
XL is a better phone than the 4a.
It is because I compare
Yeah.
it to my 4A.
Yeah, it is
But
a better
she likes
phone
the
than
4A. It's newer, so that's why she likes it. And it performs. It's got Google software. It takes good pictures. I have the Pixel 2 XL. I'm not letting go of it because I always
I love
wanted the
my
Panda
2XL,
version.
dude. I should have kept it. I should have kept it. I loved it. I miss it. I loved it, man.
Oh yeah, I love the buy design of it. Like I run that thing without a case, and it just feels good in the hand. And
Yeah.
I'm actually about to do that. Like after the Pixel 5 event, I am putting my visible SIM in my original Pixel XL that I just recently got. That one was actually brand new, so I'm pretty stoked. I'm gonna run that phone for a while, and I'm gonna put the AT&T for a little bit. I'm gonna put it in the Pixel 2 XL and run them both as my daily and how they hold up. And I'm actually making a video on
Nice.
that. And just kind of doing more videos on the Pixels that I have now that I pretty much have almost every one of them, except for the 4A, 5G, and the 5. I need those two. then like yeah, I'll be up to date. But yeah,
I don't
I'm
mean
gonna put some Pixel videos out.
I don't mean to interrupt. I'm at 1% battery, so I got to change phones. So
All right,
I'll be right back.
yeah, jump right in when you're set up. I'll
All
still
right.
be here.
Yeah, I would challenge anyone.
No,
Show me that a mid ranger from this year is better than a flagship from 2 years ago. Show me.
yeah,
Show
that's
me
the
in what
biggest.
way outside of software support if it's a Pixel. And actually, Tito, the Pixel is the only exception to the rule. It is
Yep.
the only way I could recommend any mid ranger. No other mid ranger is getting a recommendation from me except the Google mid ranger. That is it. No other because no other manufacturer is doing software that well and updating their phones for that long. Hey, Michael, good to see you, man. Hope all is well.
Oh yeah, I think they heard them say something about that. I don't know what time Carlos is coming today. I got a text message from him. It was last night, 9 p.m. I didn't hear it in time because like yesterday I was in all kinds of pain. Literally, I had ran out of my medication like a day prior, like a day before. So I
Is
was
that
out of
typical?
every.
Does that happen often to you?
No, it doesn't. But I guess it's because I don't know what the hell happened. I guess because July and August are both 31 days. So like my pills automatically refill with my pharmacy on the 23rd, but I ran out of all of them on the 21st. The
Wow,
21st, no,
dude.
the 20th, the night of my daughter's birthday. So the day after that, I was like in all kinds of pain trying to do a podcast and keep a straight face because without that gabapentin to block the nerve pain, I feel everything from like my feet all the way up to my hands. It's
Wow,
that
man.
bad. So yeah, I know I do have a doctor's appointment coming up here because I want to talk to him about just giving me the insulin injections because I'm thinking that the metformin and the pioglitazone that I'm taking is not doing anything to help along with my
This one is the tiny one.
it's the same kind of charger that
Yeah, but I do it.
that Aubrey has. Aubrey has a charger. You guys need to find that charger. That's how you guys are gonna charge it. I have no more micro USB cables. You broke all the ones I had. I don't have any more.
Yeah, Abby, someone that's and my phone darker it is.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So find the charger and put it on it. Okay, close the door. Find the charger, put it on it. You know where it is. But yeah. So like the metformin I take is 1,000 milligrams. The pioglitazone I take is I think 325 milligrams, and along with my diet, and then because I'm fasting, like I've been saying, I've been fasting. I only eat from 2 to 8 is my window of eating, and then after that I don't eat. But and then going to the gym every day and just taking like the advice that you gave me, Sneed, where it's like workout, do cardio after. I've been doing that. And are you getting a Hangouts call? Or is that me?
I don't have a Hangouts.
Well, anyways, hey, nice ringtone for the live stream. But yeah, like I was in pain all day yesterday. I had called the pharmacy. I had forced the refills, and then I called them back and I was like, yeah, I need these expedited because I'm out of everything. And they're like, okay, come by 8:00 p.m. and we'll be ready. And yeah, man, diabetes sucks. Like if you know what, people, I'll tell you this much right now: don't be heavy on soda when you're young. Exercise, run. Go lift weights to strength condition yourself. Do it. Don't be lazy. Don't be like me and in my 20s just driving around everywhere sitting on my ass. Freaking move your ass around because type 2 diabetes freaking sucks. It does. Like there's times where I'm just like, why me? And then I have to tell myself, because you made poor choice decision, Tito. You should have been smarter when you were younger. But yeah, I'll tell everyone right now. Yeah, I appreciate it, my daily side. I really do, bro. Diabetic nerve pain,
Hey,
Tito. Yeah. Yes,
hey, Tito,
Mr. AI.
could I answer a question from Mr. AI? Am right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
one about the Moto 1 5G. I really like the prospects of that phone. It's going to be almost like a Pixel mid-ranger, right? It's going to be almost like the 4A. I think where it's going to fall short is the fact that Lenovo Moto doesn't update their phones like Google does. So
Yeah.
what's going to make the Google phone so great The Moto is not going to have that. Now the software experience will be similar, but it's probably only going to get a major, one major operating system update. So you got to be cool with that, Otherwise, it's got some things I actually like better, less RAM, so it's got 4 gigs instead of 6, but it's got the 765G chip, so it's got a pretty nice processor, considering it's going to be $499, $449, $499, somewhere in there. I mean, it's a great value, but hey, and actually, it's a better processor than the Pixel 4a. The 4a's got a 730.
Yeah.
At least the Moto will have a future-proof modem. There's a lot of give and take with these phones, man. It's almost like you have to make a spreadsheet. If you're in the phone market, you almost want to make a spreadsheet, line up these features, and be like, all right, what are my priorities? All right, this phone has like 9 out of the 10 things I need. This one only has like 8 out of the 10 things I need. This one's missing something really important to me, so I can't even consider that one, because there's just so much, man. There's anybody who thinks there's a perfect phone out there, you are sadly mistaken, my friend. There are concessions and there are negotiations that you must make and justify before you make those purchases. And people say that an iPhone is, perfect. It does everything great. So wrong. So wrong. Dude, I hate my iPhone. I absolutely hate it. I'm on it now. I hate it. I hate it so much. I've never had a buggier experience in my life when it comes to an operating system. I've never had a phone burn my hand before. There are a lot of first times for everything. Me owning my first iPhone. I'm really hoping that the modems improve with these new Qualcomm chips potentially being in the next iPhone. If they do Intel chips, the iPhone / Intel chips, I don't want
Yeah.
that iPhone. I'm good. I'll just keep this piece of junk, Otherwise, the 12 Pro or Pro Max might have, a Qualcomm chipset modem. I'll take that, but nah, man, I'm good, bro. So far, the most almost perfect phone I ever had was the Google Pixel 2 XL. It was just missing a headphone jack. What phone did I have after that one? The S10 Plus had an ugly notch, like cut out for the thing. It was almost perfect. It had a headphone jack. It had a big battery, almost perfect. My Note 10 Plus, horrible battery life. One of the most powerful phones and capable phones I've ever had. Terrible battery life. Garbage. Trash. No headphone jack.
Yep.
Like they're all flawed. There's no such thing as a perfect phone. You're gonna go find a perfect phone? Go play in traffic, bro. You might as well, because you ain't gonna find it.
Oh man, I'm gonna answer this one from my daily side. So my daily side, bro, Tito, my mom's side of the family all have type 1 and type 2 diabetes. That's what I'm scared of, bro. I'll tell you this much, MDS. Since you're young, make it a habit to exercise and eat right. You know, yeah, you can go out and you can dine out fast food every now and then, or go to your favorite restaurant and and do your thing, but always keep an active lifestyle. Because see, I didn't know from my mom's side of the family diabetes ran in my mom's side of the family. And then my dad, when I was 31, decided to tell me, yeah, diabetes is in our family too. So greater chances of you with diabetes if you don't maintain an active life. So as long as you're out there, you're walking enough. If you want, just out of the blue, just go for a bike ride. Get a bike. Just go for a bike ride. Go anywhere. Go to a favorite spot you want to. Maybe just watch the sunset or something like that. But just go for a bike ride. Maintain a healthy active lifestyle. If you have a membership to the gym, utilize it. Go to the gym religiously. Just stay fit. Eat right. And you'll be fine. You'll be okay.
Dude, I love
It's
the
when
gym. I love the gym, bro. I
I
love
know.
it.
Yeah, the gym is amazing. But if you guys want to see Sneed stream at the gym and Hulk up, so it's one. It's like Haley's Comet. If you missed the live stream, you fucking missed out.
Dude, I love the gym, bro. I like, seriously. If my wife would do it for me, I'll put a harness on and I'll drag her and Yasmin, her SUV, and I'll drag it up and down the street, dude. I love training, bro. So fun.
Oh, by the way, RJ, just to let you know, and he's not joking about this. You might catch this on his live streams. We have a thing called hashtag Save the Bear or Help the Bear. Yeah, because he'll tell you if you see him and a bear fighting in the woods, save the bear. Because
Yep,
like he
that's
literally
right.
wants to come to Arizona
Yes.
and take down a coyote barehanded.
I'm looking for that. I'm actively looking for coyotes over here.
So yeah, when you see those hashtags and stuff, bro, don't mind them. It's because Sneed has made it apparent to us he will fight a bear and he will fight a coyote. Like, dude has the aggression to just take them on. So we're like, yeah, people are talking about pay-per-viewing it or live streaming it or something. I don't know. People are going way out of there. But all I'm saying is this: there's a bear who doesn't know it yet because life hasn't told him. But there's a bear that's about to run into some issues in his life, and there is a coyote who, if he strays from the pack, he's probably
That's
not
right.
going back.
That's right. That's right. I'm looking for him. That's right.
Oh my.
Yeah, but other than that, what new phones do you got, RJ?
Do what now?
I said, what new phones are you working on? Because I see, even though people ask, where's RJ, where's his live streams, you are actively releasing videos steadily. Because I get notifications.
Yeah, I get a lot of comments, saying, I'm glad to see you're making videos again. I'm like, I've been making videos. I'm like, are you not getting notifications? And, it makes me kind of wonder because I get a lot of comments after I release like 5 or 6 and they're like, glad to see you're making videos again. And I'm like, is anything getting pushed out? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm not very, I'm not consistent. I'm like, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, something like that. And I probably need to be more consistent than what I am. But at least, notifications has just been messed up for a long time. I mean, because there's been times that I've got my phone's lit up that you was live, and I can get on there and you're not live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It comes in like hours later, and and then there's times where I've actually seen it where I get a notification 2 days later from somebody that I'm following, even with the bell turned on, and I'm like, I've been uploading videos, so I'm not really sure if you're not getting them or your bell ain't checked or something. But right now, I'm just kind of here and there. I don't know. Right now, I don't really have nothing in particular, to be honest. I mean, nothing like brand new. I got some phones that I was trying to work on some new stuff, some follow-up videos from like Straight Talk, stuff like that I really haven't done, and because sometimes I tweet out, dude, you got to have motivation a lot of times to make a video, or it's just going to be like a flop. You can be sitting there for like 2 hours trying to get out a 10-minute video because there's just no motivation there. And that's why I need myself personally need to quit looking at analytics, because that's my biggest problem. I look at analytics and I see everything doing this. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't look at the numbers, bro. Because
no.
I know where you're going from, because like this was the problem that I had in the very beginning when I started coming back onto YouTube. I know that I pretty much like damaged the channel when I did that video and I talked about how I was burnt out and I need to spend more time with my kids. So like videos were not going to be coming out that much anymore. Plus, I was working for Sprint. So I was like, I didn't really have the time to make a video or go live. Because I know like right around that point before I started working with Sprint, my channel started to really peak. So like when I was doing live streams, there was 300 people in there. There was, like I just had a lot of interactions, and then that kind of went away. Coming back, I looked at the analytics, and I was just like, well, this is probably not going to work. But I started to tell myself, like, don't look at the analytics as far as like the growth, the up and down and everything like that. Like cancel that out. I do look at the CPM on what one of my videos or live stream does, because the CPM tells me like if because I know that the AdSense and stuff like that, like you rely on. Like that helps you out. So you got to look at the CPM on your videos and see what the ad companies are willing to pay per thousand view, and then that will tell you, if you take that and you take that to the amount of views you get, will give you a figurative of what your RPM is going to be, because that's what your actual payout is going to be per cycle of AdSense. So then you'll kind of get a figurative idea. You can use that to help you basically adjust if monetization is really where you're trying to focus to get your, out of your videos from the ad companies from YouTube to help, then that's where you want to focus on. But as far as like, coming back from the hiatus and everything, consistency is going to be your best friend. Like this time slot at 10:15, 10:30 a.m. my time in Phoenix, Arizona, when I go live, then those who follow me in the chat, my awesome friends here in the chat, and Sneed, they know I'm live at that time. So they know I'm there. And I keep it that way also because I know Sneed goes live with his podcast. And I don't want to overlap live streams with him. Carlos does it too, and I don't want to overlap with them, But as the community of the creators grow, eventually, because this is how we network, eventually it will shift to like, we'll make it workable. So that way we're never overlapping somebody. So I would definitely sacrifice days out of the week. Say like if you wanted to go live and you wanted the morning slot also, I would sacrifice days out of my week to that way you would get live streams on those days and those people will come to you to know you're live. I'll be there to support in the chat, whether you make me a mod to handle, the trolls or whatever. And the same vice versa. That's like, with Sneed here, who, he's very considerate. I call him my Hanai brother because, of who he is and what he's shown me, makes him like a brother to me, even though we don't have the same blood. And so then my family also accepts him as a family member, and they know about him. They know what he's done for my channel. Like he has really resurrected my channel, even though he's very modest about it. And, he's just like, it's me, it's me, driving and pushing my channel. He has been a huge supporter, just like you have been a supporter. I see your comments from time to time. I know you're smashing like buttons on my videos. I don't ever have to question that. What I'm saying, when you're ready to come back, I think it would be a great thing because a lot of people do miss you doing your live streams, your video content, things like that. Like I get the questions on the board, like where's RJ? When's he coming back? I don't know about John and what he's up to. Since the last thing I've ever heard from him was that, he ended up being diabetic and he was in the hospital for that. But since then, like, he's appeared on my live stream, I think like once or twice to say hi. And I know you were live streaming with him a lot. Like you and him were like the tag team duo. He would do a live, you would co-host with him. So I don't know. Maybe bring your circle back.
Yeah, it's been a while since I talked to him as well. Been a little while. Back in the first of the year, I took a break myself for like a month or two, and I know that hurts. I mean, especially when you're a smaller channel, I'm at like 27,800 right now, and it's it takes a long time to gain. But I know that taking that, I think it was like 2 months I took where I didn't do anything. And I know that hurt as well. Because I know before that, I was getting a whole lot more, as far as view count, as far as watch time, all that stuff was good. Yeah. But I know that the algorithm don't like whenever you stop uploading, you stop making videos, and then you just suddenly start back up again. And that's what I've been trying to do here is, not try to go over a week without putting something out. Yeah. Even if it's, there's times I might sit down and make 5 or 6 videos at one time, and make them in bulk, and I'll be at the same time, but I'll just release them like every couple of days, Yeah. And so I figure eventually it might pick back up, but if it don't, it don't. It's just one of them things.
Yeah. No, I'll say this because like I analyze Sneed's growth. So I don't know if Sneed wants to jump back in on this, but I've analyzed his growth. But this is what I do. Like I podcast, I talk about mobile phones. On the sideline, I'm like watching everybody's YouTube channel and I'm seeing how the growth is. There's been a major shift in the tech community. And Sneed has capitalized on it, and I don't think he knew he capitalized on it because he's been making videos for a long time. Like, you remember JG Tech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. JG Tech put Sneed on. Just when I was telling you, I don't know if you remember a couple years back when JG Tech Blogs channel had a live stream going on, and there was a gentleman on there who was talking about it. It was Sneed. It was him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
I remember that.
So now the thing is, everyone's on 5G. Everyone's on about what's up with 5G because 5G is new. Hardly anyone knows about it. And Sneed capitalized on it I don't think he knew he did, but he did because he was bringing out information that everybody was looking to get. Even I was looking to get.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said, like, his channel saved mine in so many ways. And even in that way, I learned from him for what he teaches about 5G, what he teaches about the network, the business etiquette side of it. It helped me understand that when people ask me about a certain phone, how's it going to be? What am I going to get out of it? What's the longevity in it? The longevity was always a hard question to answer because if I don't know things about 5G, if I don't know things about the modems and stuff like that, well, what can I present information wise that would benefit your decision to buy a device? Because that's what we did, was we put out videos about the phone to help people make a good conscious buy. So they didn't buy a phone and be like, I don't think I should spend 300 on this now, but they already bought it, So Sneed, if you would please take it away on what you did as far as your channel from when you started your channel to what it is now. Kind of give that idea.
So like with the whole JG situation, he found me and he's like, dude, you have really good videos. I mean, you got something good going on. You kind of made your own lane, and why don't you bring your podcast, your live stream over here, and well, actually what he wanted to do was he wanted to take the next level. He wanted me to just produce content on his channel. And I was like, man, I got my own channel. I got to produce my own content. There's not enough hours in the day. I was like, well, and JG, I was sensing he was kind of stepping away because his upload schedule was all types of wacky. It was unpredictable. It was random, spontaneous, wasn't consistent. So I'm viewing his channel as something where he's like taking time away or he's got less time to do work and he's got other stuff going on in his life. So I was like, I think I kind of know where he's going with this. I'm not going to be able to do that. I said, I'll do like a weekly podcast on your show as a contributor, yeah. And like what JG kind of showed me is hold on.
Yeah. Dad duties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Yasmin just wanted to ask if she could use the chair. She's taking one of my rolling chairs. All right. Go ahead, don't break it, kid.
Adorable.
Yeah, so, I created my own lane. He saw potential in me and, introduced me to his community. He wasn't really uploading content at the time. It was bringing traffic back onto his channel. People were asking, where's the other guy? Where's the Metro videos? Where's the Metro phone coverage? And I was like, look, man, I'm just a contributor here. I'm here to tell you about some networks. This is what I do on my channel. And, people were digging it. And, so I started doing the network thing. It's what I had been doing on my channel. My channel was growing. I got some additional exposure with JG's channel. His channel stayed semi-active while I was producing the podcast. And then he wanted, something different out of the channel. And he went a different direction. And that didn't work out or whatever. And it's just been quiet. And it's been sad because just like I want to see him doing stuff, even if it's occasionally. You just want to see him continue to produce content. And he's a good dude, man. You're talking about a guy with a huge heart and good vision, too. From a business standpoint, the dude's sharp. So, I've had hours in length conversations with JG on life, on business, on creating, on brotherhood, on everything, good, solid dude, and honestly, man, with my situation, I made a lane, I feel, you know what I'm saying, with the network technologies. I think people think I'm entertaining. That's what they tell me. I don't know, man. Because some of the stuff I do, I feel like to some people it's boring, But I feel what I do is it's informative, and people, if they watch my channel consistently, they will understand network technology so much better. There's so many things that they just aren't aware that exist, and could be planned pricing, could be planned features, could be, network technologies that are up and coming. Like people that want to be on the bleeding edge, cutting edge of tech can watch my channel. People that are casual consumers that just want to understand how the networks perform better, they can watch my channel too. And people that want to know more about smartphone technologies, they can watch my channel too. And I pride myself on being able to offer all of that while offering live streams and podcasts and dedicated videos and updates and network testing and like real world usage on these devices and these networks and plans. And that's what I've tried to do, man. And I don't know, man. Like I've upgraded my equipment. I've invested back into the channel, to make it better. And I know that my subscribers have appreciated it. And I have a daily upload, just of some type of substance that will help somebody on some network, in some way, and even if it's short and quick or whatever. I mean, I could do a weekly upload, but I just feel like enough is happening in wireless right now. It's kind of a renaissance time for 5G that a daily upload is actually doable, So I'm doing like 5 or 6 uploads a week. Especially if you count, live streams, definitely,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's all community based. I don't have too many trolls. I get an occasional one. There's one on Twitter. His name is Herpes. The reason I call him Herpes, is because you know how herpes is. That shit ain't going a damn place. That's your friend for life. And this fool, he always pops back up, bro. Every few weeks, he pops up. I say, hey, it's Herpes is back. And then there's a couple on YouTube here and they pop up and I just tell them you can have all of this. You can eat it all. You can have it all. Number one hater. Like I just have a few of those, man. It's cool. I got people disliking my videos before they even start. I do a live stream and I got 7 dislikes, and I didn't even hit stream yet. So it's all good, man. And I'll get 100 likes on a video. And I'll get, and people donate to the production on the channel to support you, and they watch all your videos and they share them and they make it all worth it, man. I got a good community, man. Good people. The S&T Nation is amazing. So, RJ, if you're ever looking for an infusion of viewership, you're looking to, introduce yourself to a different type of community, and you want to come onto my podcast, you're a friend of my show now, so I know you're a friend of,
that.
Tito's, you're a friend of mine. So, yeah, you want to stop by and hang out and do a stream or. Sure, you got it, man. And I know because, sometimes, I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I don't feel a burnout occasionally, but there's also a part of me that's really, really driven and really hungry. The same thing, like hashtag help the bear. That's the same thing that drives my productions on my channel too. It's the same thing that got me my job that I have today. It's the same thing that, when people tell you you can't do certain things, you're just like, man, I feel bad for you, bro. You must enjoy being wrong. I that's how I've always been, dude. I can't honestly say I've ever really failed at anything because, you can not succeed initially, but then you learn and then you get it right. And that is measured success, and, there's things I've messed up on YouTube. You just learn, you only lose when you continue to do the same nonsense that doesn't work, so like I'm saying, Tito tries to give me credit for like breathing life into his channel. Bro, it's you. You just reinvented yourself, and it was just good to be a part of that. The S&T community and the people that support me are now supporting him, and that's beautiful. And RJ, you've been away and you're coming back, and your metrics are really up to you. It's your perception and the things that you want to do. So if there's anything I could be a part of the renaissance of your channel, man, just let me know.
I sure appreciate it.
Yep. I'll tell you this much. No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, RJ.
I was going to say I have to run off here right now.
Yeah.
But I thank you for letting me be on your live stream today. That was fun. I enjoyed it because it's been a while since I've been on live stream. But yeah, anybody wondering,
good to
I
see
am
you,
going to try.
RJ.
I am going to try to start live streaming again because I know that did help a lot whenever I was streaming a lot. So I want to try to get back into that here shortly. But just follow me on Twitter because normally I always broadcast on there when I'm going live.
Yeah.
So, and if you click on a video of mine, all the links and all is down in the description of my videos. So,
What's your Twitter handle?
oh, that's don't remember. I want to say it's CV_Tech1.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
But I will put it in the description. It was great. Honestly, it was great having you back on, and I think a lot of people that remember you, this was good for them to see you again, hear from you, hear how things is going, hear your wonderful insight on things. And you know what? In the future, man, if you want to come back on, just let me know, man. Because when I do my podcast, this is how I do it. I always break down 3 different articles I want to talk about, and then I open it up and I send the invite links out, and you can join in. We can talk. It doesn't always have to be tech. I'm a varieties channel. We can talk movies. We can talk toys. We can talk comic books.
Hey, it all works, man. All sounds good.
All right, man. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Everybody,
Same to y'all.
give shout outs to RJ. Follow him on Twitter. And yeah, you guys will know when he'll go live. Watch for his daily posts. Check his channel out. You guys are all good.
Y'all have a good one, y'all.
Sounds good,
Talk to y'all
RJ. See
later.
you, man.
All right, take it easy,
Take
RJ.
care.
Bye.
But I'll say this though. The change in my channel, and this is funny because I remember I went to somebody else's podcast, right? And the stuff that I learned from you, they was talking about something. I can't remember exactly what it was. I know it was network related, but I started like replying in comments with things I had learned from you because I had learned it from you. So somebody had hit me up. They were like, "Bro, where'd you get this from?" So I put your Twitter handle. It's like you got to go see Sneed. This is where I learned it from. This is how, and like I see where it fits in with what I talk. I was able to maneuver that in there to not only just say, the Pixel 3, is good, but here are some of its downfalls. And then one of the things I can incorporate now about its downfalls is its longevity. How long are you going to be able to actually get the best experience on your network with the Pixel 3? Because it's not always just the network. It's what the phone's able to do, what it's able to aggregate. Those things come into play. So that's why I thank you for that. I learned a lot, and I still learn.
We're always learning, bro. We always learn.
Yep. I mean, I do my mod. I do my
When you
mod
stop
duties on there.
learning, yeah. when you stop learning, you're just asking for ignorance, man. That's when, that's what one of the things I think that sets you apart from a lot of creators, Tito, is, some people think they know it all. And what that does is you start alienating people when you think you know it all. It shuts out different perspectives. It keeps you away from important, valuable, and always changing information. How naive could somebody be to think that a certain situation, circumstance, or piece of information is always going to be the case? There's always change.
This question's for you, bro.
Workout video?
Yeah.
Help to lose weight. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Pretty much all types of exercise works. It's all internal. It's everything that has to do with you. Your commitment to your diet, your commitment to that workout, and this is not for everybody, man. This is all individual. There's this thing called intensity. I've got it on 1,000%. I have to bring it back sometimes. I have intensity even when I just speak casually. I emphasize words. I don't know how to stop it. It's just me. And people say, oh, it's hyperbole and it's over the top. I can't change it. The same passion I have about wireless technology is the same passion I have about exercise, which is the same passion I have for education and teaching and learning. I can't scale it back. I don't know how to do it. It's like that hashtag Mamba mentality that Kobe had about hoops and winning. You can adopt that for anything. It's not just for one thing. It's not just competitive sports. It's everything in life that you want. You can have that mentality. You just apply it. Everybody sees things differently and they have a different perception of things. I just refuse to accept, that I should have any limitations. I choose not to, you know. I broke my foot last year in June, and the doctor told me I was going to continue to break my foot. Every time it was going to heal, it was soon going to break. I'm like, this guy's out of his damn mind. How the
Mhm.
hell is he going to tell me my foot's going to keep breaking? So I walked out of that office and I'm like, I'm just going to train till this thing literally becomes made out of granite. I'm just going to literally change the composition of my foot. I mean, knock on wood, it hasn't broken since, and I still train like a monster. I don't care. I'm just not going to accept it. I'm stubborn like that, and you can apply it to everything. And I go back to this intensity, hashtag intensity. Go ahead and put that in the live chat. Intensity is going to separate you from finding success and you accepting mediocre or just being a casual about it. So if you're real serious about working out, I recommend just getting real mean and nasty in your workouts. Create some space between you and others around you. Find a streak, like a really intense part of you that just wants to exercise, and find something you really enjoy so you could do it really intensely. Like I'll flip a tire for 30 minutes. Find me a 100, 200-pound tire, and I'll just flip that thing for an hour, and I'll lift weights for 2 hours, and I'll run for 5 miles, and but you have to have intensity. It does not matter what you do. If it's physical, good. Just do it and do it with intensity. Do it till you're almost about to puke. If you puke, I think you went too far. But if you're not puking, push the limit to puke. Like get right there. Like puking is gonna happen in like 2 seconds. Stop. That's enough. Yeah, so yeah, hashtag intensity. I see Jose. Yeah, yeah, man. I like doing wind sprints on hills. I like flipping tires. I like bench pressing. I like pull-ups. I like sit-ups. I like shoulder presses. I like squats. I like deadlifts. I recommend all of it. You know, don't allow yourself to have any weakness. You know, don't struggle with undeveloped muscle. Work on your core, work on your lower body, and also exercise your mind. Everything all together. So read a lot. Find interesting and intriguing subjects that you want to learn more about. Read articles, read research, read opinion pieces, find entertaining documentaries of what interesting people have done in the past and found success, those types of things.
He's saying hi.
She looks like she's Yasmin's age.
Boy, it's my youngest son.
Oh, I thought there was a ponytail in the back, dude.
No, his hair's long and it's undercutted.
What's your
He
son's
wanted
name?
to. His name's Angel Rain.
Angel?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna. Okay, because it keeps cutting out. I don't know if that's your mic or if it's my connection.
I think
But,
it's my mic. My mic's
Angel,
been doing
you feeling,
Yeah. Angel.
Angel, you feeling good today? You okay? Hey,
You
buddy.
okay?
Angel, how old are you?
5.
5.
He's nervous.
Yeah, Yasmin's 4. Yasmin's 4.5. Nah, don't be nervous. I don't bite. I'm looking for bears. I don't look for kids.
Fight a bear.
I'm almost 5, so say I'm 4.
Here, come here.
Mama, say I'm 4, 5.
Yep, Yasmin is 4.5. This is Yasmin. This is my daughter.
I'm a 4, 5.
You're a 4 or 5. She's a 4 or 5. She's making up her own ages now.
Oh, Baba. Mama said I'm almost 5.
You are
so
almost
I'm
5.
a 4, 5.
You're a 4.5.
No, I'm a 4, 5.
See, you're stubborn. You're like your dad.
4, 5, 4, 5, 4,
Yeah, that's his daughter.
Yasmin, are you stubborn?
No.
You're not stubborn? Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Do you see my friend's son?
So that's
His name is Angel. He's about 5 years old too.
What are you so nervous for? Ooh.
Yasmin is getting nervous too. Really, Baba?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I think that's like we got cookies here.
Zachary had to cut his hair?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the cookies here.
His cousin's here, but they end up fighting a lot. So he was like, oh, man.
Yasmin, you fight with your cousins? Yeah, Yasmin fights with her cousins too.
And Jenna let me play with her toy.
Yeah, well, you know you gotta share. Everybody has to share.
See, even they share. Something you can
Everybody
learn.
shares. You know what happens when you don't share? Bears come out. Bears come and take everything when you don't share. Yeah. You don't want the bears to come and take everything, right? Mm-hmm.
Our dogs.
Or dogs. We don't want dogs. Coyotes. We don't want coyotes to come and take everything.
It's a black dog.
Where's the black dog at?
I can't.
Go around. Go
Oh,
around.
the
Go around.
base? Okay.
That's his dog.
All right. Go up and
Duck.
play.
Duck, duck, duck.
See what your eyes are doing, and the answer's no.
Tito, you want to see what Yasmin got me?
The Hulk.
Sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
If your dad was an Avenger, which one would I be?
Huh.
That is absolutely correct. I agree with you. Your dad is the Hulk.
Oh man.
I want one.
You want one? Okay, take one.
This one.
I think it's the other one.
Can you help me?
Yeah, that one. Put that one in there. Does it fit? You got little baby ears. Does it fit?
Can you help me?
Does it fit?
Hi.
That's Uncle Tito.
Hi.
Your dad is absolutely the Hulk.
Yep,
I
Uncle
agree
Tito
with you.
has
I
yeah.
have 5 kids.
You think I'm the Hulk?
Yes.
Tito
that
has
is-
5 sons and daughters.
Mhm.
All right, Yasmin. Go finish playing. I'm gonna finish over here, okay?
Can you put this back in?
Okay, put it back in.
She's so adorable, bro.
Yeah, Tito can relate. Yeah, she's the best. Yasmin's the best. Yay! Bye, Baba. Have fun.
Bye.
Take your stuff with you. Take these. What I don't know. What is that? Cereal or something? What do you got there?
Oh, cereal for
Yeah,
you.
cereal. Yeah, take it with you.
Yeah. My son got like super shy. He was nervous at first, then he got shy. I know what
That's
those
okay.
eyes are. If I told him, he has to go through
It's
you.
all right. It's all
My
good.
son
He'll
had
get
this
used to
little
it.
bit of a
He'll start
crush.
crashing the streams more often and stuff.
Yeah. And it was like what we went to a restaurant and there was this waitress, she was taking our order, and then she went to my son. She asked my son, what would you like? He looks at her, he goes, you. My son is not shy to talk to older women and then claims them as his girlfriend. Like literally says, that's my girlfriend. And I'm like, what are you doing? Stop. First time I seen him get shy. So
Man, Yasmin gets everything she wants. People just give her the world, dude. You know, like they just look at her and they're just like, "Here, take it, whatever it is. Just that it's yours, have it." And
I never
you know, it's a gift and a curse, you know, because you're gonna be spoiled, man.
Yeah. We had when I lived on the south side of Phoenix, we had a like a small shop that was slash like a gas station. And so we would go in there like
Yeah.
in the evening times to get ice cream. The guy at the store, he would look at my kids and I'm buying them ice cream, like a small cone of ice cream. He look at them and he says, you know, go to my candy section and pick what you guys like, take what you want. And I'm like, look at him like, no, don't do that. Because you're letting my kids take what they want. And every time we went to the store, it was always the same thing. I go in there to buy gas. It's my kids are with me. He tells the kids, grab a candy, take what they like, it's theirs. And I'm like, yeah, you guys gotta stop doing that. You guys are spoiling my kids. They're gonna come in here expecting free stuff all the time. Like, don't do that. He's like, it's okay for your kids. It's fine because like I was
Here's
a
the
regular.
thing,
I was
though,
always going in
Tito.
there. It's like
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna always remember that. You know, they're gonna remember him. You know, that's like how things were back in the day, right? Like when you were a kid,
Yeah.
remember that? Remember when you used to go places and you know, like owners and neighborhood people would do those types of things. It's just it reminds them probably of the way things were when they were a kid, you know, and it's just paying it forward.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I got things when I was a kid, there was a guy that in the Philippines, there was a guy that pushed a cart around the neighborhood. He would sell mangoes. But every time that I would come outside, he would always hand me like 2 or 3 mangoes for free. That's one of my favorite fruits because I've been growing up eating that. But like,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I still remember the guy. It's a lasting impression.
Man, I
It's good
remember the
stuff.
ice cream truck when I was a kid, man. You know, I remember the sound. So like when I hear ice cream truck songs, I think of
Yeah.
running to my mom's purse, grabbing $3 out of her purse, and buying one Batman, one Superman, and one Ninja Turtle ice cream for me and my 2 brothers. And I
Wow.
even remember the smell of my mom's purse, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like mom's got like a thing, you know what I'm saying? Or you like it's that's the thing about your childhood. There's fragrances, there's taste, there's foods, there's experiences, there's people, there's sounds, like all of your senses that were activated back then.
Yeah.
Hear them, see them, smell them now. You're just like it brings back memories, you know, in all the right ways and all the good things, you know. And so like even now when I hear that ice cream parlor song comes on, I'm just like, where's the ice cream truck? And like me like bolting, going fast to go get the money and getting the ice cream, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Angel,
what are you gonna
Angel,
try to
what up,
charge the phone?
Bray?
This isn't my phone.
I know it's not your phone, but you're gonna charge it?
No.
No, you don't need to charge it. It's 99%. Oh, there, it's unlocked. He hijacked his sister's phone. But no, dude, I remember all those things because like I remember the smell of my dad's wallet, and his leather wallet that he's carried for so long. Dude, just yeah,
Leather, yeah.
yeah. All those childhood things, even as much as just like sitting down with my dad and like watching I think it's called MASH, the TV show.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
MASH.
Yep.
Yep. Sitting down watching that with that was my dad's favorite TV show. I was always watching MASH, and I remember watching it. It's comedy, but it was like, you know, about the guys in Vietnam and everything. It's crazy. You hear my kids? They're fighting. They
Hey Tito,
always
my
fight.
phone's gonna die, dude.
Yeah, I gotta jump off
I
too.
do hear him. My phone's about to die. I gotta get this thing on a charger. Let's go ahead and I'm just gonna bounce so I can because this thing's literally at 1%
Yeah,
before
I
it
gotta
cuts
go
off,
too.
man. Thanks for having me on, dude.
I
Appreciate you, man.
appreciate having you on too, man. Thanks for coming in,
Thanks.
man.
Have a good one, everybody. Be safe, be healthy, be wealthy, and take her easy. I'll see you later.
All right, bro. Take it easy. Yeah. But anyways, guys, like I said too, I have to go to dad duty calls. I got things I gotta get done. So I appreciate you guys staying on for 3 hours and 18 minutes. That's pretty long for today. Again, thank you again to Sneed for coming in and just hanging out with me. RJ, thank you so much again for coming in and sharing you know, a little bit about you to those that don't know about you, and also answering our questions to those that, you know, that remember you and we're looking for you. I also want to thank everybody in the chat for coming in. I want to thank Gene for popping on too as well for a little bit. Jose for coming on as well too. I want to get more exposure time for you guys to just hang out and chill. I'm sorry it wasn't that very organized, but I'll do a better job next time, guys. I appreciate you guys for coming on. So you guys have been clutch. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in. Love you guys very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 10:15 a.m. I'll put the alert out here just in a little bit so you guys know 24 hours ahead of time. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. And as always, aloha.